So, Koda, what you sipping on there, bud?
Some Smirnoff Ice, red, white, and berry, blue, raspberry, cherry, and citrus, limited edition. Oh, I just spilled some on my computer.
There you go.
Oh, no. Yo, dead ass, though, those are real good.
Bruh. It is my
I'm-
shit.
All right.
Nice.
Big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, fucking Miss Healthy with a giant ass bottle of fucking OJ.
Who?
It's OJ and pineapple,
OJ and pineapple? Oh, there you go.
right?
You just double fisting that motherfucker.
What are you drinking?
I said, you're just double fisting that, aren't you? Just downing it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What are you drinking?
I made a white Russian in my Dragon Ball coffee mug.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice.
Little
I mean,
cheap.
I've got my Coochie Kobe mug still sitting here, so hey.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thanks. I actually got somebody to post them to their Instagram story, so that was pretty cool.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
There, we'll get the fireplace 10-hour fireplace YouTube video in the shot.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you know how I roll. We classy boys up in here, motherfucker.
Oh, you guys want to meet my new best friend?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I actually brought him. He was a thrift store find, but I love him nonetheless. Thank you.
That's how we're starting the show. Just start with just put it like right, like square it up in your camera.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
That is the thumbnail. That is the
that
thumbnail
is.
for the whole video.
Oh goodness. And intro here. All right. Hey, welcome to Quarantine Between #2. Last week we had Zach Renteria on the show, who neither of these two fine people have met because he's from the olden days of Levi's origin stories of the ISU Writing Center. This time we have two relatively newer friends, Tollies / they're theater kids, but I did not meet them through that because I can't act my way out of a paper fucking bag. But they're good friends nonetheless. So I want to welcome them. We have to my side here, we have Koda, what's poppin'? And then we have Alex Morin down here. And then we invited one or two other people, so we'll see what they do. But for now, we're just going to be chilling, just hanging out. So how are the both of you surviving in quarantine land? How are we faring?
I mean, I have the world's meanest roommate, and by that I mean I live alone. So we're
Also same.
vibing and thriving. So
all I do is drink and yeah, bringing in the end of the world with some good old fashioned adult beverages.
I had a prom myself. That was a lot of fun. I won prom queen. It was a tie.
Look at you go.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I don't know who the second person was, but she did a really good job. And then Nick over here, he was prom king, so that was pretty
That's
snazzy.
fair, yeah. I enabled HD mode. I think that makes me look a little better. I think it's just the lighting. I don't know. I got this harsh. It's fine. It's fine. I look like a ghost.
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous, doll.
Thanks, bud. But yeah, congrats, prom queen, co-queen.
Right? Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad. I talked about this with Zach briefly last week. I want your take on it. I saw a news article where apparently pandas were mating in a zoo, and apparently all it took was the zoo closing completely for these two pandas to actually mate, because the chances of pandas mating are just like slim to none. And we decided that it should have been at no surprise, because I don't want to have sex with a bunch of people watching me from behind a pane of glass either.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, that's a lot of competition, or I don't want to say competition. That's a lot of like expectation put upon
pressure. A lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, but I mean, don't kink shame the pandas. I mean, maybe they were exhibitionists and people just weren't giving them the right attention. You never know.
You know what? That's a fair point. I like that. We don't kink shame the pandas in this house.
Don't kink shame the pandas in this house.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, your mustache is sweet. So how's that like quarantine?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Big fan of the stash. My sister roasted the shit out of me about it, so whatever. A lot of people are hating on the stash. They say I look like a creeper, but maybe that's the vibe I'm going for. You never know.
You wear a stash way better than I do. When I do, like I have the beard. I got a little quarantine beard working up. If I do just stash, I look like the older brother from Napoleon Dynamite. I'm just like, Napoleon, you're just jealous that I've been chatting online with hot babes all day. All day. So, like, it's fine. You look good. You look good. You wear it well, bud. I gotta fix this damn lighting.
I mean, I'm shooting on a good old iPhone 6. That's like top-notch quality right there.
Woo!
Right?
The pinnacle of the electronic, age. I don't know.
We'll let it ride.
Yeah. Quarantine has taken away speech. Have you guys had that issue too? You feel like I feel like I'm regressing to like cave speech, to where it's just a series of like, and
Oh yeah. My problem is my level of speech. My diction is starting to suffer. Because I'm still taking calls for admissions at work, for ISU admissions, and my inner potion's coming out sometimes when I talk. So like my elevated diction is less like, okay, yeah. And like I had a student who called and we'd already told him the same thing a few times, but he still was like, but no, they're going to email it, not mail a letter. And I literally I was just like, we already told you twice. And I was just like, all right, let's back this up a little bit. My inner trailer park is coming out.
Well, and do you feel like, because you also work we both work in call centers, so I guess we have that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're losing your like customer service edge? Like you're being real with people?
Oh yeah.
Like, dude.
Oh yeah.
But yes. Yeah, that's been the struggle over here too.
Oh yeah. 100%. Well, especially now because like a lot of schools are closing and people can't get transcripts to like send in or like for their files. And a lot of it's just like, we still gotta have it though. Like we gotta have something for your grades there, bud. So yeah, no, it's as I'm becoming a person who just like works in Super Mario PJs and is just like, A, I'm playing Animal Crossing half the time while these people are like on the phone with me.
Nice.
B, like I moved my setup from my bedroom to my couch. Like it's just, this is literally my work laptop that I'm on right now. And I thought it would do me some favors because at first it was like, I'm not even standing up from 7:15 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I'm just like rolling out of bed into my computer chair and turning my computer on.
Yeah.
Now it's just the same, but I've walked 15 feet in the morning and now I'm just on my couch, even closer to my kitchen. So now if I want food, I'm literally just like on calls, just like making a sandwich, just like, yeah, no, we'll just need those test scores sent in.
There you go.
It's been interesting. It's been an interesting time. And they said we are most assuredly going to be working from home at least through the end of the month, probably going into next month. Like they haven't given us anything specific yet. I don't know what you're doing, Alex, but it's because you're doing like a week on, week off thing, right? Didn't you say something like that?
So this is my week on because I mean I work in finance, so I can't bring like that stuff home.
Right.
And I was just right down the street. So I work 1 week and then I'll have a week off. And that was the case for like the last 3 weeks. And now it's like a week by week. We're reviewing and deciding if we're going to do the rotations, which I think we should. I think they should keep it going until the end of next month just to make sure that we've got everything covered.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But only time people are not happy.
Oh yeah, no.
The general populace is quite upset about the whole thing.
Where's my GD stimulus? Where's my Trump check?
I was gonna say they're either calling it the president's check. I've heard that because he's personally sitting at a computer like making these all out to people. Or the Corona check is my favorite one. Where's my Corona check?
Where's my Rona check?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should start keeping a tally like of like the different things that if I get asked the same question, the same 5 questions 12 times a day, like keep a tick for all of those and then just go home and do a shot for each one.
Oh dude, yeah. You and I bet have some we could probably swap notes on that because it's about to be orientation time. So that's
Which
going to be what?
Not to interrupt you, I'm sorry. I said I
No,
saw they're
what?
doing
Virtual,
orientation.
yeah. So that'll be interesting. They're doing Zoom calls with advisors, and then for the resource fair, like where people like go around and get like brochures and free crap, they're doing just like a group Zoom call. People just like go into different Zoom like meeting rooms where it's like this one's for the bookstore, this one's for Res Life, this one's for like the controller, this one's for like marching band. So it's interesting. It's at least they have something together. So
Yeah, I mean, good on them. That's pretty cool.
yeah. And Koda, your job drew kind of the short straw on the work from home front. You're in the same boat as my dad.
Yeah, I don't get to sit in my jammies. I mean, I do right now because I just got put on a mandatory quarantine because, shit. But like, yeah, like my fiance and I live together, and the people at work found out that we lived together, and she had an asthma attack at work, and the nurse was like, "Oh my God, you can't breathe. You're going home with corona."
You got the Rona.
Yeah, and so they found out that we lived together, and they were like, "You're going home too." And I was like, "But I'm fine." And they were like, "No." So I'm at home for 14 days, which is why I'm
Hey, fair enough, bud.
But other than that, no, I do have to go to work, and we've done a pretty good job of like quarantining and keeping that shit off campus because nobody at work has tested positive yet. So
yeah,
none of the kids, none of the staff, which is good, but
knock on wood.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, that's how my dad's been, man. My dad's a sergeant over in a state prison, so
shit,
he's doing 12-hour shifts wearing the mask, and he was like, they haven't said anything yet. As far as like, apparently nobody in there has gotten it, so fingers crossed.
Yeah,
that it stays that way.
Well, there was the SS Harry Truman. I was just watching that on the news. They said that it's going to stay like out at sea even longer, just so that nobody on the boat gets it, which is really smart. I guess maybe they should just like start putting people on boats and just hanging out in the ocean and be like, we're healthy, and then just
But that'd be the ultimate party boat.
It would be.
Would it?
Right.
Would it?
Like, look, all I'm saying is put me on a boat full of seamen and I'm going to have a great time.
As you should. Have you guys, okay, so like with quarantine and all that, have you kind of like noticed that you enjoy being by yourself more? I don't know. It's definitely like I don't want to say lowered my people tolerance, but I'm just like, I'm cool with just hanging out.
I didn't think I would, as someone who's as social and like extroverted as I am, but like I'm into it.
Yeah.
I've actually been like kind of like into it.
Exactly.
But I've also been doing these twice a week, so I'm still like talking to all my friends. So
I feel like if I did this more often, I'd be all right with it. But like being as extroverted as I am, I'm like, get me the fuck out of this house.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean that kind of goes because you can still like walk outside and just got to keep your distance and mask and all that.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys hit up any like nature trails or anything during quarantine? No.
I want to. I need to hit up like Dobbs, but
I've heard that they're arresting people though.
What?
Or not like arresting. I heard they're
no nature trails are all right. Nature trails, like you can still hunt, fish, like as long as you're not in like a group of like 10 people being all bullying. Like
that's good, I guess. I don't know. I have family in Indy which Indy's considered a hot spot, so I guess it's not Terre Haute.
Yeah.
You know? Indy, no, they have officers parked at the heads of like trails and stuff, and they're stopping people and being like, "You can't go on these. Sorry."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Johnny Law can come fucking find me on the trail.
Right? Arrest me while I'm naked, motherfucker, and then take off running through the woods.
Going back to nature, it's just gonna be like Lord of the Flies, but it's just gonna be me with a pig's head on a stick. Just like
sucks to your ass, Mar, and then run away.
The police try to arrest me, and I'm gonna be like, no, I have the conch. You have the right to remain silent.
Gosh. No, that's crazy though. I mean, I'm sure we'll get to that point because I don't think anything's really changed. I don't know. I feel like it's become a dead topic, but I don't feel like we've gotten any better.
No.
No.
Oh, dude, I live next door to a Dollar General. That place is fucking packed right now.
Which,
Like,
yeah, I
and
heard
no
that.
one's wearing masks. Like, I'm literally just on my couch, just like sitting here playing games, looking out every now and again, and just people they're not even going for food. Like, I saw a person, they had just like a freaking, just like one thing. And it wasn't even like there's people been getting like the usual like food and necessities, but then there's people that are just going in there just being like, hey, let's go get a big old whatever. And it's just like, all right, cool.
Hey, don't judge the Hoshians, man. They gotta have their Slim Jims and their Mountain Dews.
Hey, that's true. Hey, that's there.
I think Walmart's going to start blocking off non-essential aisles to discourage people from doing that.
Yeah.
I'll say, man, I got everything I need right here. I got my Switch with Animal Crossing. I got Final Fantasy VII Remake downloaded on my PS4. I've been playing that for the last like 3 days. I'm good. I'm chill.
Nice. I feel like I should be in Little House on the Prairie because I don't have Wi-Fi in my apartment, and I just watch like my DVDs, and it feels like 2005, which is so cool to like the nostalgia of,
Honestly,
the pioneer times of 2005. Back when much simpler.
Oh yeah, let me tell you. Back when the Nintendo Wii was new. When
Nintendo Wii is still like underrated. Like the Wii itself.
It was so much fun. I loved it. I'm honestly gonna go steal my Wii from my brother, and like if I'm gonna be stuck in this house, I'm gonna be playing some golf somehow. I'm gonna Wii golf, bud.
Okay, but you gotta do me a favor. If you decide to play Wii Tennis, you gotta make the noises instead of the characters. So you gotta.
Yeah, be like every female tennis match where they sound like they're gonna O right as they hit the ball.
Is that what it sounds? Is that the noise they make in Wii Tennis?
No, but it's the noise that a lot of tennis players make in real tennis.
Oh. It's the noise that Levi's gonna make for me.
There you go.
Yeah. Also, nice catch on not calling me Eli, bud. You're officially better than every teacher I had in elementary school.
Hey, what can I say? The Smirnoff can only fuck me up so much, bud. I got you.
True. Hey. Solidarity.
Oh man.
So what was something that, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have a pet? Like, do you have pets, Levi?
No, I wish, but I can't in where I live. I can't unless I get like a gerbil or like a fish or something, but I can't have like a cat or a dog.
Go get a snack.
Is quarantine nice with an animal? Is that like you could be like, I love you?
I love my dogs, but spending this much time with them, oh my god. Aww. I never knew that I could tire of having my dog's balls in my face for,
How often that happens.
Ever thought I'd get tired of that, but here we are.
I never thought I'd get tired of my dog's balls, the Koda Burkitt story.
You can quote me on that. Put that shit on my tombstone, bro.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that'll be your epitaph. Don't worry. I got you. Represent.
Oh man.
Oh goodness. What is something that like I've had at least 3 things come up on my Google Calendar that were like, this is coming up that have been canceled, and it's bumming me out. We had 2 shows. We had a Tolly show and a Record Store Day show at Taro Brewing Company we were supposed to do. And then like one other thing. What is something that you were looking forward to maybe that just got completely wiped off the face of the fucking planet by quarantine?
Koda, you can go first.
Livid. So, one of my all-time favorite Broadway musicals, SpongeBob SquarePants. I was supposed to go see it in St. Louis, and it got canceled. And like they refunded my money, like all of it. None of it was kept back. Like they were like, "Here, we know. Here's your money back." But I wanted to see it so bad. Oh, I wanted to see it so bad.
Yeah, man.
I was born to play SpongeBob.
You were.
And here we are, SpongeBob-less.
You need to catch it for next year.
I want to, but here's the thing. Nobody can buy the rights because the rights aren't available since it's still touring. So.
Oh, boo.
Who would be your Patrick, Koda? Who would you want? If you could have anybody in the world, like famous or no.
Anybody ever as
anybody ever, who would be your Patrick?
I'd have to
it could
think
be
about it.
CT, it could be famous. You could have anybody from Michael Drobny to Danny DeVito. Like,
If I could have anyone, I'm gonna give a CT answer and then I'm gonna give a famous answer.
okay.
So CT would be Dalton Boyles.
Yes.
One of my best friends in real life. Very Patrick-esque. He's a big burly guy with that doofusy kind of look to him. But famous, I don't know. I would have to say, oh, nobody really pops off immediately. I'd have to.
I might
I'd
fuck
really have
around
to
and see
think
if
about
Dalton
that.
wants to join. I might have to message him and be like, what's poppin'?
Hit the boyo up.
Get him in here. I haven't seen him since quarantine.
Hit up the Jufro.
Because he always does my IT shit. When something goes wrong at work, he'll show up and be like, hey, did you put a ticket in? I'm like, no, it was literally anybody else. He's like, oh. Well, nice seeing you. Bye. Also,
right. I know
on
he's
that
dead.
note, who?
Not Dalton, but I know.
I was like, what?
No, I know that he's dead, but if I could have Chris Farley as my Patrick.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
That'd be dope, actually.
Those are my answers. Dalton and Chris Farley.
I feel like DeVito would be a good Mr. Krabs.
Listen, Danny DeVito would be a beautiful Mr. Krabs, and I wish that I could.
He would honestly just be Frank from Always Sunny. Like, that would just be that character. You know who'd make a good musical?
So good.
You know who would make a good musical SpongeBob the Musical Sandy Cheeks?
Who? Alex.
Me?
You are the Sandy Cheeks to my SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh, am I really?
Yes.
Think about
I
it.
just said all day. Thank you.
As soon as we started talking about the SpongeBob musical, I started casting it in my head, and I immediately went.
Okay, but who's your Pearl? Because Solanda Brown.
Yes. 100% yes.
And then we already kind of decided that I would be Plankton, and honestly, I'm not mad about that.
Period.
I would rock the shit out of Plankton home.
You are my Plankton.
I feel like I'm not tall enough to be Squidward, but I feel like I could also probably pull off Squidward.
That'd be
Squidward's basically just like Dante from Clerks, where it's just like, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I'm not a loser.
I haven't seen the SpongeBob musical. I need to watch that. Have they done like a Netflix version of it, like they did with Shrek?
No, it's not on Netflix.
Is it that new?
Yeah.
Because the Shrek musical kind of popped off. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, the Shrek musical is my shit, and CT is doing it next season, and I'm fucking stoked.
I'm not going to audition because I have the same. I'm going to see it, but like with me and musicals, Dimitri Martin has a good one-liner where he's like, musicals are like burlap sacks. I don't want to be in either. And that's just kind of like who I am as a person. I'm not an ensemble
I get
man.
so nervous, like at auditions, like I'm like, ha, 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 the whole time. I don't remember anything. It's like, you go in and then I black out and then I come out and I go, that went well. But
being in marching band in high school, I was always told that if you come off the field and you don't remember anything about the performance, then that means you did really well, because we are like trained as just like performers, and just like people in general have this like thing where we just focus on what we messed up on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come out of a performance and you don't really remember much about it and you just kind of blacked out and then like you're back, it usually means you didn't have anything that you really, really messed up on, because we are just fine-tuned to like dwell on those items.
Yeah.
Because
so wait,
the
does
rest
that work?
of it is just muscle memory and routine.
Yeah, but does that work in like conversations too? Because I'll have conversations with people and like I think that really really well, but I don't remember like.
No, that you just need a therapist. I mean, I'm sorry.
You beat me to the punch. I was gonna say no. That's dissociating.
Well, you know what the most important part of comedy is, Koda?
Disassociating?
Yes, precisely.
Timing, but also that, yeah.
Listen, I've never been good at timing.
Nonsense. I honestly think you would do okay if you did stand up. Like, I really do think you would do a good job. Like, you're funny as hell naturally. That you'd be.
I'm conversationally funny. I have to have people to bounce off of.
Which is why I thought you'd both be perfect for this, because you both have that actor's training and you're funny people naturally.
Oh, thanks. Well, no, and Koda would be really good at it because the thing is, your like facial gestures, even when we
Yeah,
did,
you're very animated.
yes,
That's part of
when we
being
did
gay.
you like killed it. You and Aaron, or wait, what was the show? It would have been the season after I left, but it was like on Golden Pond.
Oh yeah.
You were
Yeah.
hilarious. Oh my gosh, that wig was awful.
Dude, when I tell you that I've had some challenging roles in my time with like theater and shit. Charlie characterly was easy. I was I was like, Charlie is just me, but on crack. But like the facial hair and the facial prosthetics and the wig that went into that, oh my God, I spent an hour and a half in the chair before the show each night.
Damn, son.
Yeah. I had under the eye prosthetics, I had over the eye prosthetics, I had a forehead prosthetic, and then I had mutton chops that had to be spirit gummed to my face.
Damn, you're like Lou Ferrigno in The Incredible Hulk. Like,
I wish I could find you the pictures because it's rough. The 70s pictures of like the guy standing behind the chick and she's like deer in headlights, like eyes super big, smile, like looks like she has one of those like dentist things in.
Yeah.
And like the guys are just like super like, I'll kill you in your sleep. There's a picture of me and Amber Wingington with
Love
our
her.
like with I know, love of my life.
She's the reason I got cast in Picasso, by the way.
She's love her. I love her. She's such a good person. But with all of us, like both of us were in costume. I had all my facial shit on. Like we took one of those pictures and it looks straight out of the 70s. And if I can find that picture, I will show you because it is got a new kind of sexy. I'm working.
Yeah, man. No, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I am so ready to do a role in CT where I'm not sexy. I'm ready. Thank you.
Same.
That's all I want. I'm always blonde and front and center, and I'm ready to do something a little bit more demure. Maybe have a brunette wig. Who's to say?
Hey, there you go.
Good news for you. I found the picture, so I'm gonna send it to a group chat with both of you.
Oh yes, please do.
That is the one thing that like it at least is a feather in my cap is like I've only ever really had one, kind of two roles for CT. One was a theater camp I did when I was 14. I was the Sultan of Agrabah and Aladdin Jr., so I got to wear the cool hat.
Very nice.
But the only real like regular season CT play I was in was Picasso with the Lapana Gilles. So at least it's like I've only ever had one role, but at least that role was Pablo Picasso.
Yeah.
And they basically made me look like Nathan Lane, which I was very into. Like they did my hair and like the costume, and people were like, you know, you look like Nathan Lane, and I was like, what are you talking about? I've never looked like Nathan Lane ever in my life. That's beautiful.
Isn't it? Isn't
That's
it just
your
gorgeous?
new? I don't know if I have your phone number, but if I do, that's your contact photo now.
Rock on.
But yeah, man, and of course Amber. That's love her to death. That woman, she is just an angel on this very earth. She
Quality
I
human.
don't know if without her, if I even would have been cast in Picasso. Because I guess I did something during the audition where it's like Picasso was supposed to be all like pissed off at Albert Einstein because the whole play is just a riot. Well, because it's about like it takes place in like the early 1900s, and Pablo Picasso and Albert Einstein meet each other at a bar in Paris, France, called the Lapana Gilles. And it's written by Steve Martin, so it has like when you read the dialogue and you hear it, you can hear Steve Martin's voice in every character because it has that very much like, and then, hey, we're two wild and crazy guys, whoa. And they're arguing with each other over like art versus science, talent versus hard work. So it's a lot of that. And then like Elvis comes in, like a time traveling Elvis comes in at the very end. It was wild. And I apparently did something where I like crossed my arms and I looked all pissed off, and I was like, and she was like, when you did that was the funniest thing that I had seen in all of the auditions, and I knew you had to be Pablo Picasso. And I was like, great, because I couldn't hold that accent to save my damn life. Luckily, I did a thing at the very end of the show where like it's not written in the stage direction, where like they're looking out at the stars. It's the very end. They've reconciled and they're friends now, Pablo and I call him Pablo. We're on a first name basis.
Sure.
Pablo and Al are friends now, and they look up, and Pablo's like, "Oh, there's millions and millions of stars," and Einstein's like, "Oh, you're way low, because there's billions and billions, obviously." So I was like, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try something. It was Pete Cinconi who was playing Albert Einstein, who's just
Of course it was.
tour de force. This guy, just as a guy, one of the coolest cats I've ever met.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes sense because I know both of his kids. Went to school with them. Cool dudes themselves. So like it makes sense. And so I was like, I'm gonna try something. So I do the line, millions and millions of stars. He goes, "You're way low." So we pause for a little bit, and I just go, "Millions and millions of stars," just really as high pitched as I could go. And Sandra Groves was director, and Amber was AD, and they just both go, "All right, you're doing it like that every time now." And I was like, "Can do."
Aw.
And I got a laughter break in one of the shows. Like we had to stop for like 30 seconds because people were laughing, and I just was just like,
As an actor, there
Thanks.
is nothing more satisfying than improving something, having the director love it, and then having the audience love it.
mm-hmm,
Yes.
mm-hmm. And that was after I tried to improv something else, and Sandra goes, "Nice try, but don't do that." And I was like, "Damn it!" I was like, I gotta make this one work.
You got to redeem yourself.
Yeah, and it helped too because like I wasn't even going to audition for that show because I hadn't. Like I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to," because I have like a lot of audition anxiety. Like I don't, and it doesn't like tick me off, but it weirds me out when people are like, "How can you be nervous? How can you have stage fright? You do stand-up comedy. It's so much harder." And I'm like, "No, it's not, because I didn't have to audition for this. Open mics are great because they'll give any asshole 5 minutes. I know, I've done that multiple times, and it's come back to bite me."
Oh, but at least you're putting yourself out there. I mean, that's the important thing.
And that's the thing. And luckily, my boss at the time, Dr. Bailey, who has been involved in CT quite a bit.
All over.
We got a man down, dude. I love how your phone like auto-corrected. I didn't know Zoom could do that. Like it fell, and then you went into vertical, and then you went back into horizontal. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
I didn't know Zoom could do that. Well, I've never used it on mobile. I've only ever used it on PC. So that's something to know for the future. I lost my train of thought. Oh, because Dr. was Nicole Bailey at the time, Dr. Bailey Bridgewater. She was like, "Just do it. What do you just go for it," and it worked out. So that's if anybody's thinking about auditioning for community theater of Terre Haute, if you're in the Terre Haute area, just do it. They're great people. If I could do another show with that same cast and crew, you wouldn't have to tell me twice because we had people like Greg Otto. We have Laura, who's friends with all of us. It's actually how really I met probably the both of you, honestly, was through Laura. And just Cosette and just everybody. I mean, I'm missing out on literally dozens of people who are in the show, but just wonderful, wonderful people. It's insane how many great, talented minds there are working at everything, even the parts you don't see.
Yeah.
There's at least 5 people who put in hours and hours of work for free volunteering, mind you. So.
Yeah. Community theater has my heart. I've always loved doing theater, and being able to be a part of it here in town, like there's a lot of like towns and stuff that I have been to that don't have something like we have. So and Terre Haute's not super small, but in a town our size, like we're lucky to have so much talent.
I mean, we're 60,000 people in the middle of the Midwest, like.
Well, it's seriously the most inviting environment. It's nice to have a place that you get excited to go to, like 5 days a week. You're just like, I can't wait to see these people. And it's not cliquish at all. Like I did drama club in high school, and I wouldn't go to the parties. I wouldn't go to the events because I just didn't feel like people wanted me there. But I'll go to anything for like CT, like when they do bingo or they go to. You feel like included, like people actually want you there.
Yeah.
So it's just a great group to even just spend time outside of theater with.
Well, yeah. Well, like I said earlier, when they were like, "Hey, you're welcome to these parties and to come hang out with us anytime." The one show I was in, Picasso with the Lapin Agile, was, let's see, I was a junior in college. 6 years ago was the last show I was actually in, was 6 years ago. And they still talk to me like they just saw me yesterday. Like that's how they are. And they're really big supporters of stand-up comedy as well, because they're all friends with Cole Roselli, who does stand-up. And they're also all involved because there's Brazil Community Theater out in Brazil, Indiana, and then there's New Frontier Dinner Theater in Clinton, Indiana. Mm-hmm. We've done stand-up shows at New Frontier for old Mick Mack, who's also a really cool dude. If you all ever get a chance to do a show up there, like definitely take it, because it's dope. If we do a comedy show, y'all need to come, because we go.
Oh fuck yeah!
Now it used to be Boatsies. We do a comedy show up there, and then we all just get fucked up at Boatsies, and it's the best. Just getting drunk.
That sounds like a time.
It's great.
I love that this call turned into like a shameless plug for CT. Like,
it's a shameless plug for all the performing arts, man. There's no performing arts right now. As soon as this quarantine is over, I want y'all going to everything. Don't be going to fucking AMC and paying $13 for a thing of popcorn. You can pirate that shit on your own. You can't pirate a live show. You don't get that experience from your own. You gotta go get that shit.
I'm fucking stoked. See, we were supposed to have, CT has we have our main stage shows, and then there's the Oakley shows. Mm-hmm. And right after
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine or whatever. That's the same game. Beanie and the Bamboozling Book Machine.
Yes, yeah. We were supposed to have that. I am Professor Libram, head librarian of
That's
Book
tight.
So that was, I was really excited about it, but all that shit got postponed. So our show is not until October now, which is wild. And I'm really curious how they're going to do that with all of the shows that they have scheduled for next season anyway. So we'll see.
What you're saying is you're going to have those lines fucking memorized as all hell, bud.
Sure. I haven't even looked at my fucking script.
Koda, you have
He's not doing his homework.
Oh my gosh.
We're not doing it until October now, so I feel like I have a little bit of time.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're going to blink twice. It's going to be September 28th. You're going to be like, oh shit, I have 48 hours.
It needs to be September 7th. That's when I'm going to go see Rammstein. That's what,
there you go.
Which, Till Lindemann, the lead singer, he actually got COVID. He was in the ICU for a hot take.
Dang. Well, the singer of Fountains of Wayne, freaking died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Homeboy singing Stacy's mom.
Yeah.
And Joe Diffie, whose song I had just sang at karaoke 2 weeks prior. One of the last songs I sang was If the Devil Danced in Empty Pockets. With Ball in Mind, because that's my uncle's theme song. And then, of course, he has a song it goes, prop me up beside the jukebox if I die. So, of course, when he passed, we were all just like, you gotta fill his boots up with sand and put a stiff drink in his hand.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, it's got quite a few celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
know Prine, who I was not super familiar with, but one of my absolute best friends was a super big fan of his and was just devastated.
Well, did you ever see those tweets about this? It was a grandma who texted a random number that she thought was her grandkid, and it turned out to be this other guy, and he was like, "Can I still get a plate though?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Well, they've kept in contact, and he hangs out with their family all the time, and they're super close. Well, the husband of the grandma, his name was I couldn't tell you what his name was, but he died.
Oh no!
Dang,
I know, it's super sad.
As we speak, actually, Donald Trump just announced the U.S. is no longer providing funding to the World Health Organization, because why the fuck not?
We love that. We love having an idiot for a president.
I just thought you were about to say he just ended the quarantine. I'm like, are you kidding? No,
give it time.
Yay, I get to leave my house, but also, boo, we're all gonna die.
Well, that's the cool thing about that is he said at a press conference, he was like, I have the power to tell the states to open up the states. No, he doesn't. He does not have power over states' rights. That's the 10th Amendment of the Constitution. Read your Constitution.
No, and honestly, I think it would be very ignorant of us to open back up anytime before June. I think we need, honestly, and I know that people are going crazy. We're all going crazy, but we need another month of this. We need to make sure that we can function. As a society, we've got to slowly integrate back anyway. We can't just eat first.
Well, but here's the other thing, though, is that it could all of this, Like all major illnesses and shit that are like airborne or that pass from people to people, and that's the only way that they stay alive, like these viruses, like we could eradicate them. Like having smart family members is really nice, and I'm stealing words from smart family members to make myself sound smarter. But like if we were to quarantine for 72 hours, kind of like Italy did, where nobody sees anybody for 72 hours, we could eradicate the common cold.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like, imagine what we could do to COVID if we
because of freaking like anti-vax people, like fucking mumps is back.
I love that they've been so quiet during all of this.
We're in a world. It's 2020, and I know like COVID is where it's at right now, but like in 2019, the fucking mumps came back, my guy.
Right.
Boy. I'm gonna fix my situation. I will be right back.
Yeah. I just keep, I know we're having serious times. I keep laughing because I keep looking at the Nicolas Cage pillow.
I can't stop looking at it.
I want one. I want one for myself. I need it.
Oh, they have a Donald Trump one too.
I want one. I want that one, and I want, there was one I found like that, where it's one of those mermaid pillows where it's like got like glitter on it. But then
Levi.
Like, it's like a solid It's just like that.
Yeah.
It's two of your pillows combined.
It's one like that, but it's Christopher Walken.
Just Christopher Walken?
It's just Christopher Walken. And that's why, like, whenever anybody sings Nancy Sinatra at karaoke, I just go, I'm like, these boots were made for walking. Oh, come on. That's just what they'll do.
Do you want your pillow to be Christopher Walken, or do you want it to be Christopher Cat Walken?
Ooh.
Honestly, I want it to be Christopher Cat Walken. I'll be like, meow, whoa.
Meow.
Okay, I haven't seen the Cats movie.
I want to.
I want to get, like, fucking ripped and watch the Cats movie.
Do you want to hear something about the Cats movie?
Is this the butthole cut? Are we about to talk about that?
No, it has nothing to do with the movie at all.
Oh, okay. What's up? What's poppin'?
So I had attempted to go see, because I was having a rough night. This would have been whenever it like first came out. It wasn't a good time for me, and I wanted to get out of the house. So I was like, let's just go see Cats. And I was the only person in the theater. And then like one other person showed up. And so I was just like yelling at him. I was like, hey, welcome to the movie, as you do. And they're like, thanks. So they come over to like sit by me, and they're like asking questions, because I always go like 10, 15 minutes before the movie starts anyway to get a good spot.
Yeah.
And so they were talking to me, and just kind of odd. They were an odd person, but I'm like, everybody needs a buddy, whatever. It's fine. So we get to the topic of like cats, and they're like, well, how do you feel about animals? And they go, because I get from your vibe that you're just not like a hunter or anything. And I'm like, yeah, no, I really like
What was your first clue?
Yeah. You show up in just like a ghillie suit.
Yeah.
With a handgun. You have to have a handgun.
No, so what they said was, and because I'll never forget it, they were like, so I take it just by the look of you, you don't like to kill animals. Just a weird thing to say in general, right? And I was like, no, can't say that I do. Oh, but here's where it gets weird. And so I was like, no, I can't say that I do. Do you hunt? And they went, no.
So I hate to tell you this, but you encountered a psychopath?
Yes, and I didn't even get to see the movie because I left because I didn't want to sit by them.
No!
I just got up. I was like, I just spent $10 and I'm going home.
See, what you do is you go and like just get a box of candy, and then you come back and sit somewhere else.
Well, yeah,
because the movie started, so then you just sit like right up front.
Yeah, but I went. It was like the latest show you could go to on a weekday, and I'm like, I'm gonna get out of here, and it's gonna be like 11. I don't want them to see what I drive because my car is like super. You would know it.
That's true.
So
that is
true.
That was,
I replayed
that. Like to kill animals?
Do you,
do you hunt?
Do you like to kill animals?
Do you? And that's just every time, like
George,
in their head.
George McFly. I'm your density.
Listen, I've been watching too much Criminal Minds during this quarantine, so like in my head, I'm like, wow, let's profile that guy.
Right?
You want Tiger King?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you are missing the fuck out.
Well, okay, can I explain to you?
Well, you don't have Wi-Fi,
have-
so you don't have the technological like capability.
Yeah. So if I had to inference what this show was like, just based on the memes that I saw, and don't tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Okay.
So this is Tiger King, okay? So you got Joe Exotic, and again, this is all my speculation that I just get from the memes. You got Joe Exotic, who's married to Carol Baskins, but it turns out he's gay, so he's having gay affairs, and then they get divorced, and so she marries this other guy, and then she kills Joe Exotic for feeding him to tigers. But he was giving the tigers meth, so I don't know why people are mad.
You're like 65% right.
But you know,
Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin were never married. They're bitter rivals.
okay,
Oh.
but Alex's explanation of Tiger King was like those memes where it's like, I forced a bot to watch 1,000 hours of this
Actually.
show and it wrote an episode. That's what your description reminded me of.
There actually was a post like that. One of my friends, shout out local comedian Nick Moffat, shared that the other day. And somebody actually did do that. All right, Alex, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do another Zoom call like this. We're not gonna record it, but I'm just gonna set my laptop just like square with my TV and just zoom it in, and then we're just gonna watch it together. Like we're just gonna do a watch party.
But
That way,
Levi and I are gonna make a drinking game out of it, and every time you say
100%.
"what the fuck," we're gonna take a drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real talk,
Yes.
if we did that for every time I said what the fuck while watching it, everybody would have died of alcohol poisoning. Because I was in we have a group chat for the comedians. And it just became just me and Patrick Eaton at this point. And I literally just went, what the fuck? I'm episode 2 and what the fuck? He goes, oh wait, to get to the beginning of episode 3. It's gonna blow your fucking tits off. And I was like, no. And he was like, just wait. Got to the beginning of episode 3. Sure enough, you were right about everything.
Well,
That's an
speaking
episode.
of Netflix shows, has anybody seen Beastars? Because I really liked it.
Woo! Yeah, hornier Zootopia. It was a time.
Are you talking about the furry anime?
It's not a furry anime. It's not. It's
They're
good.
anthropomorphized animals. What else do you call that, Alexandria?
But they're not. I feel like furries is a very specific group of people, and not all the animals are sexy. Like I don't find any of them attractive. It's just a good show.
I'm really glad that you don't find any of the animals attractive. I'm glad that you don't kill them, but you also don't sex them.
Well, that's something I can't say I agree with as somebody who's 2 White Russians in, because that rabbit, let me tell you, bud.
But no, the opening is a bop.
It is. The opening is a bop, and it's also claymated, and it's actually like low-key kind of cute.
Yes, and I don't know. The plot's good. I watched it all in like one day.
I don't want to spoil anything, but the fucking deer is just like packing heat, which is
What?
dope.
That was like the most. That was
I'm
the
not gonna
most.
say where. I'm not gonna say where, how, or when. But it's nice to see a deer with a gun for a change.
Okay, I'm really glad that you meant this kind of this kind of packing heat and not like.
He's got a gun. The deer's got a gun.
But he do have a pack too. The deer do have.
Deer's got. Oh well, he's also packing heat. Oh yeah, that rabbit fucks everybody.
Which I was thinking.
As rabbits do.
Yeah, well that's the thing. It anthropomorphizes animalistic characteristics, but also keeps those animalistic characteristics. So it really is kind of a shame that it's getting compared to Zootopia because it really is its own thing.
So, do you want some Beastar lore from the manga? That's gonna
absolutely, you adorable fucking weeb. Let's go for it.
Okay, so in Beastar, in their universe, there was a height restriction on carnivore and herbivore couples until a African elephant and a porcupine successfully had a child.
Why is the show not about that child, is my question. Why isn't it about the porcupine?
And
porcupines.
Venomous animals and herbivores aren't allowed to have kids together.
Well, yeah, because then you get venomous herbivores.
Or wait, no, like venomous animals can't get with anybody but venomous animals because they don't want to make like super powerful hybrids.
Because you don't want to make. That's how you make carnage.
Hell yeah.
Because I can't be part of a fucking conversation without somehow tying it back to Spider-Man, apparently.
Tie it back to Spider-Man.
What you're telling me is that I need to watch the sexy animal anime?
Watch the sexy animal anime. Do it. You'll watch the whole thing in a night. What else are you
Honestly,
gonna do?
yeah, dude. It's literally they're half hour. They're like 25-minute episodes. Like they're like, you can get through it. And there's like 12 episodes in the season.
Yeah.
You can get through it real fucking quick, and I demand a 5-paragraph essay in MLA format with your thoughts about it.
Can we do APA? I can't do
you
MLA.
Oh god, yeah, APA is way fucking better.
Okay, bet.
You can do Chicago, and I would know that shit because I used to tutor Chicago style too. Benefits of having a brother who got a master's in music. You learn Chicago style also.
You have a master's in music?
No, my brother does.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wow, that's super cool.
No, my brother having a master's in music is how I learned Chicago style, and I was the only tutor at the Math and Writing Center at ISU who could tutor Chicago style for a hot minute.
Nice.
Until I made a PowerPoint and made them do a training session about Chicago style because I was the leader, because I was a GA, but I wasn't a grad student.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, we're doing a Chicago style training. Get in the conference room. And we
Get
did.
the conference.
I still took all the Chicago appointments because I was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
That also makes it sound
Bibliography
like
is
you
not
are the
that much
beginning
different
of
than
that.
MLA, and then you just get a few footnotes. It's really not that
Oh, you want to talk about things that's disappointing that got canceled? Comic-Con got canceled. I had a
Mhm.
costume planned for that, like my whole group. Like, so I was gonna do a lady version of Hedon from the Akatsuki,
Damn.
and my friend
That's
Monty
fun.
was gonna do Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse.
Monty would make an amazing Miles Morales. First of all, that's dope as hell.
Right? And fits the bill super well. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
our friend Ian was gonna do a male version of Frankie from Monster Prom, if you've ever played that.
I have not, but I've seen a Let's Play of it. So I'll take your word.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like we all had plans, and yeah, it
Yeah.
got canceled. So
I always wanted to go, but I've always wanted, that's like on my bucket list is to like make a costume.
do it. I mean, like,
I've never done
my dad and I were making the scythe for Hedon, and that's what I kept my hair blonde for, was I could do gray so I could portray it better.
And like you and I have talked about before, with like the length that your hair is with the blonde, you could do Ashley from RE4.
Oh, that's the plan. I've already got the
Yeah.
get up and thing.
Well, there you go. And you can just
Pete
yeah,
Burkitt from the original Resident Evil 2.
yeah. Well, yeah. Also, you just
As
need to
an
get the
actor-
Cindy Vortex voice from Jimmy Neutron. Just be like, Leon, help!
There you go.
And then just
Well, like-
go jump in a dumpster, and then that's Ashley.
Like that anyway.
Yeah. Well, see,
I-
you're already halfway there.
Right. I just go outside when it gets dark. I scream Leon help, and I jump in my dumpster. That's
Yeah.
That's how that
preparation.
works.
No, real talk. That's a pro gamer strat. If you're in a certain part of RE4, you can just put Ashley in a dumpster. She's safe, bud.
Yeah. Or if you put her in the suit of armor, then they can't carry her away.
You put her in the suit of armor, and you get the infinite rocket launcher. They
You
all
shoot her and
aggro towards Ashley. They can't pick her up. You just keep, and she's invincible. You just shoot her with the infinite rocket launcher. Boom. The whole game's on easy mode. And you get Leon in a fucking smooth criminal, like 1940s gangster outfit, because that's what Leon gets when you put Ashley in the suit of armor.
Hate that outfit. I hate that outfit so much. That is so. And his haircut
Chicago
anyway.
typewriter, and you hit reload 3 times, he'll throw the hat off and actually do like the Michael Jackson with it.
The Milady.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, he like throws it up in the air and then like does like the and he'll like put it on. And
I know. He's pretty. We get it. He's pretty. Like they didn't need to do the extra.
Capcom also announced that's the next remake we're getting after RE3 make, which is surprising to me because RE4 gets released on everything, and I thought
Yeah.
they'd go for Code Veronica first or RE0
No.
or as a remake before RE4. But yeah, they said they're going straight to RE4, which means we're getting my boy back, the Merchant, who I've always wanted to do a costume of.
I do that. I'll
What are
randomly
you
talk
buying,
to him.
stranger?
Exactly. Yeah. I'll just be like in my
Oh.
refrigerator. Like, what are you buying?
I'll buy it at a high price.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm as someone who's a little wuss bag when it comes to horror stuff. I get down to clown on some Resident Evil. Like it's one of my favorites. Well, Capcom owns my entire ass. As someone who's been playing Mega Man since I could literally hold a controller. Like Mega Man X4 was the first game I ever bought with my own money. So like
Mhm.
it's gotta place.
Well, okay, so now we got to decide who Koda would cosplay as. Like, I feel like we
Listen,
got to find a character for him.
as an actor who is a
Frank
slut
West.
for attention, I've always wanted to.
Okay, so let's see. Who
I
would
want
be?
someone who fits the stash.
Well, okay, I was gonna say Paul Blart
Paul Blart
Mall
Mall Kevin James.
Um, but just because he's funny too. Let's see, like an
Jay and Silent Bob.
from Bob's
Give me the
Burgers.
Silent Bob and my J.
Oh
Works.
shit!
Yeah, you get the trench coat and the hat, and I'll get like the blonde wig, and I'll be like, "Hey, babe, you ever had your asshole licked out by a fat man in an overcoat?" And you just be sitting there, just like,
Well, and I'm trying to think of like what anime character Koda would be, like
ooh.
just through all the universes.
Listen, I have tried so hard to work out and get fit and grow my hair out so that I can be fucking into the series Zuko. Like,
Yes.
Redemption Arc Zuko is who I would love to cosplay as, but I would have to shave the stash, and I
That'd be
also am
chill.
not a twunk, so like I have to like get fit.
Well, I feel like you'd make a really good Roy Mustang too from Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
familiar with.
I can see that. You would need a bigger mustache.
Yeah.
I have weird throat bubble. I have all of the fixins to be Steven Universe as long as I shave the stash.
That's true. You could make a good Steven.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh. I mean, well, and even like I'm trying to think like classic animes who's really cool. Like you make a good villain, I feel like. I feel like you're a really good comedic character, but I feel like you'd be a really fun villain.
Frieza. We paint you purple, and you're gonna be Frieza.
Yes.
You just be like, that filthy monkey thinks he's stronger than I am. Because the
And you
Frieza voice is oddly close to Emperor Palpatine. It's very close to Palpatine.
Okay, but also like I wish I could do like Flynn Rider. I know we weren't talking Disney, but like
I don't give a shit. That'd be cool. You can do that. You can pull that off, bud. Live your dream. Live your truth.
And you know what? Yes, Halloween costume 2020. Your fiance can be your Rapunzel and you're Flynn.
we're already going as Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin.
Oh hell yes.
That's who you're cosplaying as. You're cosplaying Joe Exotic.
Gotta grow the stash down to here.
Oh yeah. You
Grow
gotta
the
get a
wig.
mullet. Get a mullet.
I've already got the blonde on top. Just gotta
there you
grow
go.
that shit out.
I love it. I'm all about it.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. This year for Halloween, I think I'm gonna do the idea that I had for last year's Halloween, which is I'm gonna try to find. I was trying to find like a witch's nose, just so I could get a really pointy nose. I'm gonna get a top hat and a monocle, and I'm just gonna be the motherfucking penguin. And because my friends and I were talking about doing a rogues gallery like group thing, like Kat, who we know was gonna be Poison Ivy. Her boyfriend Dan, we're gonna talk him into being the Riddler. Because he'd make a great Two-Face, but he won't wear makeup. Like, he won't, like, let us paint half his face to be Harvey Dent. So we're going to be like, we'll get you a question mark fucking thing, and you can just be the Riddler. And then we just need a Joker and a Two-Face and a Harley and a couple others, and we can just be the whole rogues gallery and make it work. I also, if my friend Shelly out in Oregon was talking about coming to visit, she said if she comes around Halloween, we're going to be Bugs and Lola Bunny, and we're going to get the Toon Squad jerseys.
Yes, that's a
We're going to
dream.
do that shit, so.
That sounds cute.
That'd be fun.
I'm a slut for anything like shirtless or like open. So I was trying so hard to convince one of my friends to go with me last year as Tarzan and Jane.
Oh, that'd be tight.
Just because I want to run around in a loincloth for a night and be like, it's my costume. Haha, fuck you. Like,
and yeah, I mean, but it has to be like one of those like barely there loincloths, just to make everybody like a little uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
But abso-fucking-lutely. And then people are
Y'all, I wish they would have done.
Dude, when I was in marching band, one of my friends in high school actually wore that to a marching band competition. I was like, you haven't lived the full marching band experience unless you changed next to a dude wearing a loincloth on a Penske truck, and that's high school marching band in a nutshell. Like,
that's good to know. I never had that experience. I'm glad you pulled me in.
You live that life, and you're like, wow, is this the beginning of a bad porn, or is this just what I'm doing?
Basically, yeah, honestly. Like, not too many people can say that they were in their underwear in a Penske truck and nothing really weird happened, but
I feel like high school
that's
marching
marching band. What are you going to do?
high school marching band and
Cry to South.
children's theater. Like, because
Yeah.
I have similar experience, but it was the back of an old school bus back behind Harmony Hall at up north at 12 Points.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now, you don't know awkward until you've changed in a school bus and then had the boys come out the back of the building like, ooh.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds way more fun than like, because I did academic Super Bowl, not to brag. And we
Smart
still,
ass.
right? Well,
I
we
was
still
told
to
that I
this day
should
we're like,
have,
we
but
don't.
I was lazy.
You were
I was
fine.
also in drumline, so I didn't have the time.
Oh, well, that's fair. But we'd always like take the bus and be like, no one talks about what happens on the bus. The worst thing that happened on the bus, gonna spill our secrets. Someone licked someone's shoe.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah.
If you put a
and,
group of theater kids on a bus with parents that are not actually supervising, there's gonna be like full intercourse in the back. Like, the
Yeah, my sophomore year, guys and girls were no longer allowed to sit together because the color guard girls were giving tuggies to boys on the bus.
Ooh.
So
That's
they were
like
only
coming on
boys
the
can
back
sit
of
with
a school
boys, and I
bus
was
seat.
like, I was doing that anyway because it was literally me and my friend just like playing DS on the bus, just like trading Pokemon back and forth, and we're just like, what's happening?
I was waiting for you to say that was me and my friend just giving each other tuggies.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, it's me and Nick Moffat just playing pocket pool with each other.
Sharing with the homies.
Yay, you know.
It's
Yeah,
not gay if you look away.
It's not gay if you yell surprise.
Well, that's just so wild because like we would take charter buses for choir trips.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it was just because I'm the way that I am, but people would try to sit by me and I'm like, no, I need this extra seat for like my DS cartridges so I can play Cooking Mama for the next 12 hours.
See, that's why
So
we're
I won't
friends.
let anybody
That
sit
right
by
there.
me.
Literally.
There's
Dude.
nothing screams high school like coming on the back of a bus seat in front of your peers. Like,
Well,
Made it.
I don't know, maybe my high school experience was different than yours.
I mean, we took a trip to Disney World when I was in my junior year of high school, and my friend and I had we got like in the Turner bus. There's always the seat right by the bathroom that has 3 seats.
Oh yeah.
And he made out with his girlfriend almost the entire way to Florida from Terre Haute, and I'm just sitting on the edge, just like.
How were his lips not chapped?
You know, I was surprised. We got to the hotel, like, when we got done, because literally we got off the bus and then immediately went to Hollywood Studios. And then we got back to the hotel for the next day, because the whole thing was we marched in the Magic Kingdom parade. Like, that was the whole ethos of the trip.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, bud, why don't you cop a squat here and grab a slice of pizza? Don't ever fucking do that to me again. What the hell were you thinking? Like, I had a talk with him, sat him down. I won't put him on blast, but I
You had a dad talk with this guy.
I
You
did.
were like,
I
"Sit
did.
the
I was
fuck
like,
down."
I treated him to Brad Leone from the Bon Appetit Test Kitchen. I was like, hey there, bud, why don't you have a little tossy toss? I want you a little water. And you sit down and we need to have a chat, bud. Also, I was at the height of my like confidence for that year because I had just quit my job at Kmart because Kmart in Terre Haute was, if y'all have seen my stand-up, you know what it was like. It was a time. It was a time. It was, and the rest of it, he was totally fine. They broke up like 2 days later. It was great. I had a last laugh.
Yeah, I'm sure Kmart was a time because it's always like very dimly lit in there. I always felt like I was going to get, but they had really good deals and Selena Gomez had a clothesline. So it's like, okay.
I felt that.
My,
Avril Lavigne had a clothesline.
yes. Well, no, they had the Twilight collection at Kmart too.
Talk amongst yourselves. I get PTSD when I hear about Kmart. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, I got a curling iron that was Twilight, and I still have it. I love it.
Love that for you, because I will be the first to admit I'm a grown-ass man and I still love Twilight.
Oh, I was one of those people who was like, oh, I hate Twilight, but I was like, I love Twilight. Like, I'd enjoy it in the comfort of my home.
I felt that. Up until up until I graduated high school, I was a closeted Twilight fan, and I was like, "Oh my god, you like that shit? That's terrible." And then I'd go home, and I was like, "I have died every day waiting." Like,
I know you'd just be like, "Why can't I dress like Bella Swan and have a very bored-looking man just be like, I like you."
I can never be apart from you.
Right? Which I feel
No.
like was most boys in high school anyway.
Listen. No, see, my thing was with Twilight was keywords was I've grown since then.
Yeah.
No, was that I genuinely believed that like I was gonna become a werewolf. Like I was gonna come into my own and be like, I feel it, the rage, and then like turn into a werewolf and be understand. I gotta go, and then like run away and like shift into a wolf and shit, and then find a woman that like was completely in love with somebody else. But I was like, no, you're mine. Come to me. I'm like that was fully.
You know
believed that was
why
gonna
it
happen.
didn't, and I'll tell you why it didn't.
Okay, back.
You didn't have jorts.
What happened?
It's the jorts, damn it.
The jorts? Hello?
It was the jorts.
We talking about jorts? We on John Cena level jorts now? What's going on?
Oh, I was talking about Taylor Lautner level jorts, but yeah.
Oh,
same
hell
thing.
yes.
Listen,
That
that's it.
Fucking
Oh my
Shark
fucking
Boy?
god. This
Y'all
right
remember
here,
Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
love that shit.
That shit was tight as hell.
Okay, but listen, Halloween this year. I will go as Jacob with like the shirtless. I get my shirtless deal, but I can wear my jorts.
Yeah.
Levi goes as fucking Edward,
I'll
and
allow
then
it.
we
He's
got
Batman
our fucking
now.
Bella.
I can look bored. Yes.
Oh, so it's like every other time we've ever hung out. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Can you imagine?
Oh!
So here's my Bella face. You ready? Edward, I just love you so much.
Damn,
He's a little
that's-
intoxicated.
That's pretty accurate, yeah.
Yeah, just like I'm all into vampires. Like
Dude.
I roll them.
Dead
Okay,
ass.
but wait, Levi, show us your Edward.
I just gotta look like I don't want to be here. Just like
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm Batman.
Okay, Jacob, come on, let's see it.
And then you guys would be like, I want to fuck your baby.
You named her after the Loch Ness monster?
It just came to me.
Yeah, out of Bella.
Okay, no, dead ass. I have defended this. I defended this to my own father recently. I honestly think Robert Pattinson's going to be a good Batman.
I do too.
I really
He's a
don't
very
think he's going to be
underrated
bad.
actor.
Well, because they're doing like a year one. They're doing like Batman Begins, like origin story again.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's rumor that Johnny Depp might be playing the Joker, which I'm not a huge fan of. I always thought he'd be a better Riddler, just because then he could go full like Jack Sparrow mixed with Saw. Mixed with
I don't know. That
Wonka.
would be Riddler's Jim Carrey. That will always be a Riddler to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, Jim Carrey fucking brought it as the Riddler. Like Tommy Lee Jones phoned it in and just like copied Nicholson's Joker for Two-Face.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey brought it. Like every Batman movie has that one person who brings it. In the first movie, it's everybody. In the
Mhm.
second movie, it's DeVito. And I would also say Michelle Pfeiffer also brought it. And
Yes.
I personally love Michael Keaton's Batman. Like I really do.
Michael Keaton will always be Batman to
I
me.
love Michael
and
Keaton
that's
as Batman. He's still like my favorite Batman. Just like how Nicholson, even though I love Heath Ledger, like I watched The Dark Knight again about a month ago after like a few years of not having seen it. I love Ledger's Joker. I really do.
Yeah.
Nicholson's the Joker I grew up with, aside from Mark Hamill in the animated.
Mhm.
I will say, however, Joaquin Phoenix.
So my issue with the Joker movie, and it wasn't even an
love
issue.
the Joker.
Well, so my mom's a guidance counselor at a high school, and I just felt really bad because I know like there are going to be like
Oh,
umpteen
yeah.
white boys who's like I'm the Joker, and she'd have to put up with it.
We had the same thing with Heath Ledger, though.
Listen,
Yeah.
We really did. Heath Ledger was
I
like the face of
absolutely-
nonconformity on every Facebook meme. Like, even still.
I loved Heath Ledger's Joker. Like it was I shut up. I loved it.
There will be
But-
no better scene than him when he's like, aha, oh, he, ha, oh, and I thought my jokes were bad. We're going to
No.
kill the Batman.
Like Heath Ledger's Joker was
Yeah.
I loved it. It was in my opinion he is top tier Joker. However, I will say Jack Nicholson will always be God tier Joker because that's who I grew up with.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, because like Prince did the pop soundtrack for Tim Burton's Batman '89. The whole like art. Alex, you've seen 1989 Batman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've had a few friends I've talked about this with, who they're like they hadn't seen it. Well, call out for Miss Bethany Mahurin, whose birthday it is today, by the way. Happy birthday!
Yes, happy birthday.
We're not live, but it's her birthday as the day of this recording. She watched the '89 Batman the first time with me. Like, I showed it to her, and I got to like see her witness it in real time, which is beautiful. I don't judge people for not having seen movies, so I'm like, cool, I want to experience this with you. Like, I want to see like what you think. I want that fresh perspective. I love that. Like, music, movies, everything. Like, I talked to somebody who had never heard the Beastie Boys before, and I was like, listen to some fucking Beastie Boys and let me know what you think, because
Yes.
like, the art museum scene with Nicholson, where he's just like vandalizing the paintings with like the Prince song, that is still like, whenever I'm on like my darkest days, that's what I look to like make me feel better, because like I can't be in a bad mood after watching that scene, because Nicholson just goes ham in that whole thing, and it's just so just like fun to watch him just stretch his legs and just chew the hell out of all the scenery.
And that's just quality. But like, I feel like with Heath Ledger's Joker, it was he put a dark spin on it that like I don't think a lot of people had seen.
Yeah.
And
well, since I mean like OG.
Right, like
with the 40s Joker, when he was literally just like stab. All right, bye.
With that though, I think it brought out a lot of like, and you know, not to go all like PC or whatever, but I feel like it brought out a lot of like toxic masculinity, and that's when like people started accepting like.
I'd say so. I agree.
Like, that's when a lot of people like accepted the toxicity that like Joker like came with. Like, I feel like that's when a lot of people were like, oh my God, that's me. And then that's when they started like having like really terrible traits to them. And that's why people started accepting it. And they weren't like, hey, you need to like work on yourself. They were like, oh no, that's hot. Like,
well, like Alex, like you were saying, like your mom being a guidance counselor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what, like, I mean, is there any, do you want to like elaborate more? I feel like we kind of just like stole the conversation.
Yeah. I just feel like, especially with movies like that, because they are like super impressionable and you know, in bad ways, they point good and dark in society, whatever. But I feel like kids just kind of take it and run with that, and especially the ones that we all imagine, you know, who talks about Joker in high school, and I hated that she would have to deal with that. Or like the ones who appreciate the violence a little bit too much over the underlying themes of it. And that makes me worry.
And that's the same thing with like Rick and Morty, where it's like even the creators have gone on record saying they're like, no, Rick's not somebody to be revered. They're like, we wrote Rick the way we did because he's supposed to be an asshole. He's supposed to be like this guy who's super smart and intelligent and going through all these universes. But because he hates himself so much, he pushes away everybody he loves. Like you don't want to be like Rick. Like, we made Rick a character. Like, you're not supposed to want to be like Rick. Like, they've gone on record in the commentary, and they're just like, that's what we did. And everybody's just like, oh, I'm Pickle Rick. It's funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is I feel like we automatically want to plug ourselves into whatever it is we're viewing just to like make it personable. So people are willing to overlook the stuff they don't want to see. And I like, even in our life with people around us, we do that too. We'll pick out what traits we like and what we're gonna forget.
And that's the thing about Joker. You're not supposed to want to be like the Joker.
Yes.
Joker's the bad guy. Joker's the villain.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and that's what a lot of people don't get. And then it gives the fandom like a kind of a bad rap. Like, because obviously with Rick and Morty, like, you get the whole like, oh, you got to have a high IQ to like Rick and Morty, lol, Reddit. But like Joker, like, people are like, I want a relationship like Joker and Harley. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You want a relationship like Harley and Poison Ivy. You need to be cute lesbians together.
Preach it. Preach it.
You don't want to be Scott Pilgrim at the beginning of the movie. You want to be Scott Pilgrim at the end of the movie.
Oh my goodness, and that made a resurgence too, Scott Pilgrim. That's super popular on TikTok right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think I need to get on TikTok then, because you know I'm into some fucking Scott Pilgrim. I mean, I'm on TikTok. I just don't like make things.
Well, I was gonna say everybody should be on TikTok. I think they're hilarious, but that's just me. It's not
I feel
Vine.
like it's like the new Vine. Like that's kind of like what it is because a lot of
It's trying. I mean,
it
it's
was
hit or miss.
Musically. I remember it was Musically because there was that girl who dressed up like Froppy from My Hero Academia, who was like on
Mhm.
all the Facebook ads, and that's like what got me to like check it out. And then like
TikTok is
I
good.
found creators that I follow on other things like Jason David Frank has a
Oh, yeah.
TikTok. Bob Saget has a TikTok, and he's still like just as funny as he ever was.
I love Bob Saget.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, yeah, I follow Terry Crews, and Jason David Frank is cool because he mostly just when he does his, he shows memorabilia from Power Rangers because he still has the original like Green Ranger helmet, and like he still has the
TikTok
original Morpher, like so he shows a lot of Power Ranger shit.
TikTok is good, but like it can also be really problematic. I feel like
Yes,
I mean, as it is with any like app or any social media, I feel like TikTok is a very good gateway for like not to go super dark, but like it's a really good gateway for like adults to like be predators towards kids because you've got like
yeah.
such a wide spectrum of people. You've got like 12-year-olds that are dancing around like, "Ooh, I love JoJo.
Well,
I like
and
looking like a weirdo." But like
and for
then
those
you've
who
got
don't know, with TikTok, there's like when you're on like you're looking for stuff, there's two sections. There's a following section where you see people that you're following, and there's a thing called For You, where you follow certain like categories and things and just anything like the algorithm thinks works for you, it'll pull up. So like you could be somebody like us, like all of us we're over 18, hell, we're over 21. We could just be scrolling up and see like things that are like, relevant to us. Like I've seen posts from Adult Swim and Nickelodeon, Jason David Frank, cosplayers, whatever, like anime, video game stuff. And then all of a sudden there's like a 15-year-old girl like shaking her ass to Doja Cat. And it's just like there's no option to be like filter out. Like they need an option, I feel, to like you have to do age verification.
Mhm.
But then even then people can lie about their age.
right.
Well, because
Like I've been like we've been lying about our ages for years. Like I remember being like 15, being like, yeah, I'm 18, let me on to certain things I probably shouldn't have been on at 15. But when you're a 15-year-old with the internet and your parents are on vacation,
I just wrote bad fan fiction. That was my outlet when I was 14. I wrote Death Note fan fiction. I wrote Akatsuki fan fiction.
there you go.
Yeah. Well, because I think I was the only person on the planet who found male Jeeves from Death Note attractive. And I don't know if you guys know who that is, but it's Matt, who made an appearance in 2 episodes. Yeah, that was a time.
I've seen all of Death Note, but it's been so long that I don't remember.
Watch Death Note. Get back into it.
I've seen it all. I even watched the. I didn't watch it. I read it. They did a new Death Note like mini-sode manga where it's like a kid gets the Death Note and it's been like 10 years after the Kira incident.
Yeah.
And he's just like a militant Bernie Sanders where he's just like, I want to give everybody money. But like when he goes to get his own money, he dies because of like the whole like stipulations of the Death Note, spoilers for a thing that you can easily read on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was real good though. It was a good little just like one-off like brings back Ryuk. I haven't seen the Netflix live action Death Note.
I've heard bad things.
I was excited for it because I'm also probably very loud. I'm 3 of these in. I love Willem Dafoe. Anybody who knows me knows I love Willem Dafoe and anything he does. He is my Green Goblin. Nobody else can be the Green Goblin besides Willem Dafoe, first of all, and do it well. He played the voice of Ryuk, and I was excited for it because he was Ryuk. But then when I watched the videos reviewing it, I was like, I'm okay not watching the live action. Because I've seen some of the Japanese live action Death Note movies, and they weren't bad because when they dubbed them into English, they used the voices of the English dub for the anime.
Yeah.
Of the Japanese live action movies.
Well, they also used Danny California as the opening song to the Death Note Japanese movie. No, I don't watch. I don't vibe with the American one.
And as much as I love Nat Wolff in movies, like I feel like I've seen him in things like the Naked Brothers band on Nickelodeon. I've seen him in things and like other things. He was pretty good. But this, I was just like, I watched like YouTubers do reviews of it, and I'm like, I'm okay, not watching that. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's I don't trust live action anime. Like when I was 15, I saw Dragon Ball Evolution in theaters, and the only good thing about that movie was that it was only an hour and 15 minutes long.
Have you watched the Mortal Kombat movies?
Oh, I grew up watching the Mortal Kombat movies, honey. Like,
I was gonna say
I have those
those-
shits on VHS. All right, they're right up there next to my Space Jam.
Oh, Space Jam.
Like, no, yeah, both those movies. The first movie is actually pretty good. The first movie actually still holds up. The second movie, the first Mortal Kombat movie is actually still pretty good. Like, I watched it the other day, and it still holds up for what it was. For what it was, it's not good.
No.
For what it was. If you want a good live action Mortal Kombat experience, you need to go to YouTube and look up Mortal Kombat Legacy, because it has Michael Jai White, who we also know played the live action Spawn, as Jax, and it's actually really good. Like Mortal Kombat Legacy, it's made by Machinima on YouTube, and it's actually really good. And CW had actually approved it to get a series, and it never happened. And now there's going to be another live action Mortal Kombat movie that's apparently supposed to be like real good.
Well, there's supposed to be a Monster Hunter movie too.
Yes, apparently Mila Jovovich is going to be in it, right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if it's on par with the Resident Evil movies that she's been in.
Yeah, the Resident Evil movies, like you said, for what they were good. They're
the
not.
The first Resident Evil movie was actually like not bad, but like I have friends that got into Resident Evil through the movies. They tried playing one of the games, and they were like, "Oh, where's Alice? When does Mila Jovovich come in?" And I'm like, "She is not in the games at all. She has nothing to do with any of this."
Yeah.
She's like the Daryl Dixon because like Daryl Dixon's not in the comic books of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kind of that, where it's like it's easy to say that it's its own universe because she's in it, so it's easy to be like, it's not the games. No. There's also rumor, apparently they were going to do a reboot of the movies, and it was going to follow the games.
Mm-hmm.
But the games are so cinematic now with like RE2 remake and RE3 remake that like we don't need movies. Let's just play the games, please.
Well, and that's the thing is like I always wanted to be like, that was my goal, was to get famous and then be in a Resident Evil game. But now my goal is I want to get famous and be in a game like Until Dawn, and I want to make it until the last. I want to make it until the last chapter, and then I want to bite it hard. Like I want people to be like, no, and I want to play it and cathartically be like, haha. Just.
If I were to be in an Until Dawn type game, I would want to be the Peter Stormare like narrator character, where I'd be like getting to just roast the player for the choices they made. Be like, wow, you let that character die, huh? Way to go, fuckhead! Like just destroy. Because Peter Stormare, I just love it. Like ever since Big Lebowski, like because he's one of the nihilists in Lebowski, and just everything that guy does, I'm into it. I don't care. I just want to hear him talk. Like he's one of those guys where like I'll watch him in any movies and I don't care what it is.
Yeah. No, I just want to be in a game like Until Dawn. I want to be a fan favorite, and then I want to go out like a champ.
You would honestly fit very well in an Until Dawn type game. I feel like you would be a very good like Hayden Panettiere type.
Hayden Panettiere is like goals. Even just Heroes, Hayden Panettiere.
Dude, Heroes was my shit back in the day. I used to talk about that every day of high school with my chemistry teacher because my brother was into Heroes, and my chemistry teacher, he was a very funny man. Dan Wonderly, Terre Haute South. He's been retired for years. Really cool guy. He was like on the gymnastics team at Indiana State. Like he's a cool fucking dude, man. And he would always have this way of speaking, and he would just be like, if nobody was answering a question, he'd be like, that's not a rhetorical question. If I asked a rhetorical question, I would go like this. Like, he was that kind of teacher. He was a very Bill Nye type.
Yeah.
And he had my brother being 3 years older than me. My brother was a senior when I was a freshman at Terre Haute South. And when I was a sophomore, I had Mr. Wonderly for chemistry, because typically you took chemistry as a sophomore in my high school. And he was just like, so are you a fan of the Heroes like your brother was? And I was like, yeah, Mr. Wonderly. He goes, okay, show up 15 minutes before class starts and we'll talk about last night's episode. And I was like,
Aw.
all right, Mr. Wonderly, let's do it. And we were just talking. Like, there were times we'd start class like 10 minutes late because he and I would just be talking about Heroes. And my
That's
friends would be like,
awesome.
it's fine. We didn't do the homework last night, so we just hope that you watched Heroes last night. I'd be like, bet, let's go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So like, what else? What have been your top 3 favorite quarantine activities that you've like gotten yourself? I don't know. Have you guys done anything just like wild while you're at home?
Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and drinking. Tiger King. Also watching Tiger King. Well, no, because my quarantine's been taken up by the fact that, I mean, I'm working from home, so I'm still working from 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, it's been taken up by video games because Animal Crossing came out, like, right as we were going on to quarantine. Like, the day that, like, I started working from home, literally, I took my stuff home, and then on my lunch break, went and picked up Animal Crossing and took it home. And then, this past Friday, Final Fantasy VII Remake dropped. So I pre-ordered it on PlayStation Plus, pre-downloaded it, because they let you just pre-download it, and then as soon as midnight hit, like, when you and I were talking on Facebook, when you drank, like, 13,000 cups of coffee, I literally was just like, all right, I just hit start on Final Fantasy VII Remake. And as someone who grew up playing Final Fantasy games, like, I started playing Final Fantasy at the same time I started playing Mega Man, thanks to my cousin, Mr. Cody Gale. Shout out to my cuz. Got me into both. So, like, I played Final Fantasy VII. Like, I still have my original PS1 discs of Final Fantasy VII. Like, that was my summer vacation. It's like, you eat a Totino's pizza, you drink some Kool-Aid, you go play basketball with the neighborhood kids, and then my brother and I would take turns playing Final Fantasy. So it's always had a very, like, big place in my heart. So, like, to play the remake, it's everything I wanted it to be and more. Like, it's just been, and then soon as RE4 remake comes out, like, that's going to be a day one for me, because we're going to have a party where we just, like, get some pizza, get some drinks, and we all just take turns playing that, because, like, that's, I feel like, also, true, I say, excuse me?
Because I'm mad. Nobody asked me to be Ashley. Nobody asked me to be, like, the CGI body double for Ashley. So now I can't.
Well, dude, yo, deadass, if they cast a new voice for Ashley, I'll be a little upset, because I'm so used to it being Cindy Vortex from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, that's who
gonna
it
be
is?
awkward. That's who it is. Yeah.
Oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Doesn't it?
It do. Koda, so, okay, now I got a question for you, because you said you're not doing much of the quarantine. What's like, your most trash panda meal that you've made for yourself? Like, what's the junkiest junk food meal that you've ate during quarantine for both of you?
I'm gonna go get some, and then you talk about that. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh God. I feel so fat. My favorite quarantine meal, and I can't even lie, it's not even a quarantine meal. I eat it when we're not on quarantine too. Like, it's a bowl of macaroni and cheese, Kraft mac and cheese, you know, the fake cheese and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then a smashed up individual little package of, like, the white cheddar Cheez-Its.
Okay, I like where this is going.
You smash that bitch up, and then you dump it on your mac and cheese so that it's like a nice little crust, like if you had baked it, you know, like it's fake. And then some, like, Miss Dash garlic and herb spicy boy that you put on there.
Okay.
That bitch, and then you stir it up. Oh, it is to die for, and I feel so fat eating it, because I'm like, this is the most unhealthy thing I could be eating, but it's so good. It's gross. It's so good.
But the white cheddar Cheez-Its are like 1/3 the fat. So, I mean, are you really?
I love the way you think.
Thanks. Also,
I also ate an entire box of cake softies donuts that are, like, just,
yeah.
I feel so fat.
But you know what? It's a great time for it.
I was fat before quarantine, but I am going to be fatter after quarantine.
Whatever.
He said.
Also, Cheez-Its, if you mash them up and put them in ramen noodles, it's really good.
That also sounds good. Oh my God, chicken ramen noodles sounds so good.
Yo, you ever make chicken ramen with chicken broth instead of water?
No, but that sounds so
good. It's the fucking best, bud.
Okay, so how does everybody make their ramen noodles then? Like, what's your go-to ramen noodle recipe?
You bite the noodle, you snort the stuff, and then you drink the boiling water.
There you go.
Yo, big facts though.
Oh gosh. So mine is soy sauce, Morin sauce, teriyaki, Dijon mustard, and then you throw some Worcestershire sauce in there. That is like the best like broth.
Mm.
It's good stuff. I don't know where I saw to put Dijon mustard one time. I cooked an Asian thing and it was like Dijon mustard. I'm like, what? Just it do.
People don't think it be like it is, but it do.
But I do.
I just do like what I said. Like I, because I was sick one day. Like I had a sinus infection right as COVID was starting. So like I got better, and then we did open mic, and everybody was like, "You have the Rona," huh? And I was like, "No, I don't. Trust me." And then that was the last open mic that we did, and I was just like, chicken broth, throw the noodles in. Don't even use the seasoning pack. Just chicken broth.
Uh-huh.
Little bit of McCormick's chicken seasoning. A little bit of smoked paprika. I'll Salt Bay that shit a little bit in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then put my noodles in. Slice, just throw a Kraft Single in that motherfucker. A little bit of Heinz 57, a little bit of hot sauce, and then just.
Wow, that sounds
There you
good
go.
though.
It's delish.
So what's your trash panda meal for quarantine, Levi?
I haven't had a full trash panda meal so far. I mean, I guess I kind of have. I got a sack of potatoes because I knew potatoes would last long, so I made homemade fries. Just cut them up, did thick like a steak fry cut, threw them in a bowl. I got this seasoning mix from Cover Bridge Festival called Farm Dust. Threw some farm dust in that motherfucker, tossed them, threw some oil in there, gave them another little tossy toss, to quote Brad Leone from the Bon Appetit Test Kitchen, and threw them on a pan, baked them, 20 minutes flip, 20 minutes, 400-degree oven, and then I have an electric grill, but it has like two sides, so you can do it like a panini press. And one side of the plate has a grill, the other side has a flat griddle. So I did two sides flat griddle, took the meat, threw it on there, just seasoned it, salt and pepper, all you need, a little S&P, got the nice Maillard reaction, nice browning, and just nice little smash burger action. And then put some butter on the bread, toasted the bread, cheese, did a little like Frisco melt. I just didn't have any bacon or Thousand Island, but I was really missing my Georges, as an ISU, as a Sycamore through and through. I needed my George's fix.
Yeah.
Was not nearly as good because the whole George's Cafe crew, they just have the magic touch. They have that like Midas touch with food. Yeah. And made me a burger and fries. I threw with my homemade fries, had some sriracha ketchup. Did a little bit of that. So that was my trash panda meal. My cool, like, makes me feel like a chef meal. I did a slow cooker chicken thighs, which if you follow me on the Snapchats and other social medias, you probably got that photo. And that was Worcestershire, soy sauce, ketchup, which I did a mix of regular and sriracha ketchup because I ran out of regular, and I also wanted some heat. Some dried basil and honey, chicken thighs, just all of it mixed together, slow cooker for like 6 hours. Topped over some white rice. It was the bomb diggity fresh. The boneless chicken thighs, so I just fell apart when I took them out. I ate that, made myself a margarita, watched B-Stars, and I was ready to go, bud.
There you go.
The goddamn furry anime.
It's awesome.
Dead ass. It was actually pretty good.
You would like it.
Not gonna lie. I was like offended at how much I liked it. Like I was ashamed of myself.
Is this gonna like stir up my deep hidden love for Kovu from Lion King 2? Like, is it gonna like restir those same feelings?
Probably. It brought back my Lola Bunny thing, so. Then again, Space Jam brings back my Lola Bunny thing, so.
My whole thing is I don't find the characters like attractive. Like when you see an endearing personality trait, you're like, oh, I need that in my life.
That's true. At least the bunny doesn't have like big ass anime kitties. Like at least like the proportions are there.
That's
Well,
good.
with that bunny, if you read the manga, there's another one later on who's a little
She's
yeah,
well endowed.
she's well endowed, yes.
All right.
But yeah, no, it's a good show. And it's interesting because it actually brings up some societal points that you think about because you're kind of put into that forced perspective. So that's kind of cool. Like you get secondhand, I don't want to say experience, but like that viewpoint. It's neat. I'm trying to think of like other good shows that I've seen because I mean I don't have internet, so I don't really watch too many shows. But like YouTube, I have been binging YouTube hard.
Yo, who you watch on YouTube though?
Okay, well, it's a lot of like makeup and fashion people.
Okay.
I've been watching a lot of Hellsinger Bridge because I like Hellsinger Bridge. It's one of my favorite.
We've talked about this. I'm a huge fan of Team 4-Star. Like anything they do.
Yeah.
Hellsing Ultimate Bridge, Dragon Ball Z Bridge, like
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh
Yu-Gi-Oh Bridge.
Yu-Gi-Oh Bridge, the Little Karibo. That's like the first Abridged series that really like kicked it all off. Like
Yeah.
and then Lana Pator did Yu Yu Hakusho Bridge. He's the voice of Piccolo and Vegeta in Team 4-Star's Dragon Ball Z. And he's also I forget the name of the character in Hellsing Ultimate Bridge. He's like, gentlemen, we are Nazis. He's
yeah. Why is he a cyber?
I forget the character's name because it's been that long. But
the Major.
Yeah, they're all just beautiful.
Yeah, that's my favorite. That's my favorite anime. But you can't see it because I'm using it. But my phone case is Hellsing. Mm-hmm. My lanyard I carry every day is Hellsing. I have a Hellsing purse. Got a couple T-shirts. It's my jam.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Koda, what's your favorite anime?
Yeah, what's your favorite anime?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, that's barely an anime.
Listen, that's as far as I go, okay?
You didn't see like Sailor Moon or Tokyo Mew Mew?
Nope.
Bro, you could have said Dragon Ball Z.
I've seen an episode of Bleach.
Fair. I mean, Bleach is coming back.
That's about the extent of my anime, unless you count like Pokemon. Like
features one. Pokemon's an anime.
Yeah.
Okay, I love Pokemon. I love
Pokemon. Digimon. They're both anime.
I don't remember.
Digimon was supposed to have another movie coming out before COVID happened. I was gonna go see it. It was gonna be like the final like cap off of like season 1 Digimon characters. It was gonna have like Tai and all the gang back in it.
I don't remember jack shit about Digimon, but like
Dude,
I remember.
Shit.
I distinctly remember being a kid and being like, fucking Digimon! But I could, like, as an adult, like, I cannot think back. I think I blocked that part of my brain. I cannot think back about anything about Digimon. But I remember being, like, 4 or 5 and being like, this is my shit!
Dude, far as the movie goes, you remember watching the movie where they had, like, the Angela Anaconda cartoon from Kablam at the beginning?
Nope.
See, I'm old compared to the two of you. So
I don't remember shit about.
I used to watch Kablam on Nickelodeon, and so like Angela Anaconda, Kablam was like an anthology like cartoon show, and it would have like certain like mini tunes. And Angela Anaconda had a cartoon where they're all standing in line to see the Digimon movie. And I also remember the Digimon movie featured. It had like the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones were featured in it, and I've always been a big ska kid. I just didn't know it back then because like back in those days, like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones were in the Digimon movie, Goldfinger was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and like so I watched Basketball, which was a fantastic movie from the creators of South Park, which featured Real Big Fish. So I didn't realize until I was in high school that I've always been a big fan of ska bands. I just didn't know what it was until I was in high school, and I was like, this is all the stuff I listened to as a kid. Aww. Because it was actually on the radio in the 90s. Because that's basically ska, where it's like, it's on the radio in the 90s.
Huh. Well, I'm going to go grab a snack real quick. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Food away.
So there we go. I went on my mini ska rant. Jalissa said she's going to try to find a private space away from the chillins. I'm like, put the kids on stream. Fuck it. I mean, we're not on stream. We're not going to be live. We might be live sometime this week. I might spring for the $15. I'm going to do this again tomorrow, probably. Hopefully, I have planned to do it again tomorrow. because Zoom didn't convert the footage from last Friday's Comedians in Quarantine Getting Crunk. That's the weekend show with the stand-up comedy crew. I had Michael Oleg and Brittany Ferrari, who neither of you have met.
Mm-mm.
Alex, you might have seen Brittany do, because she's done comedy at Tolly's a couple times. I don't think you've seen her. Michael Oleg was not the original host of Verve Comedy, but he was the host of Verve Comedy when I started.
Did I see him at the Verve?
No, not doing, well, because we haven't been doing stand-up in the time that you've been going to the Verve.
No, I just meant like in passing.
Oh, no. Just because he wouldn't have been there except for comedy. Because he lives in Clinton and he works a lot. But yeah, so they were on, and then tomorrow we're gonna have James Helton and Kat Scott. So we're gonna have James and Kat, and maybe Brandon Persinger if I can get a hold of him and get him on. So if I can't do tomorrow live, we're gonna do Friday live. Friday we're gonna have George White and Evan Davis, who also neither of you know, but you'll get to know George White because he's moving back to the area. He was our original host of Tolly's stand-up comedy. And then he moved to Vegas with his girlfriend, who's one of my best friends on this entire planet, Kaylee Watler. And so they're going to be moving back. So we'll get some George White action here. But that's the little midway-ish plug. We've been going for an hour and 42. How are you guys feeling?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Feeling like
I'm
a
cool.
villain.
Like I said, we don't have to record the entire time if you guys don't want to. We can just hang out. I don't know what you want to do. I can always just edit things down. I'm cool. If y'all are chilling, I'm chilling. If y'all want to go do other stuff, you can. I'm cool. This is all I had planned for tonight. So if y'all want to hang out and keep doing this, I can keep doing this. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I want to check in because it's 9. It's about 9:45 to 10. So I don't know what anybody's got going on. I got to work tomorrow at 8, but I literally have to be 1.5 feet across from where I am right now. So I don't care either way. I'm cool. If y'all are cool, we can keep doing this.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I miss people.
I'm about to say we don't have to keep recording. I can end the recording. Otherwise, I can just edit it down. I don't care.
I was gonna say I'm cool.
Okay.
We might
cool. Well, then we can just keep going. If anything, we can even get 2 episodes out of it. We can do this, and we can do I don't have an after dark version of this because with who I have on it is already the after dark version. You two are pretty tame individuals compared to, Patrick Eaton got drunk and went on a whole rant about how much he hates Billy Crystal, a few weeks ago.
Stories, too?
Do what?
Did he also do that on Facebook stories? Because I feel like I saw that.
I think I featured it on a Facebook story because that was the second episode that we did. That was Comedians in Quarantine, episode 2. What you guys are on is called Quarantine in Between. Because I want to have a midweek show for my friends that aren't stand-up comedians, because the weekend show I kind of set up to be stand-up comedians. So that way I could have Comedians in Quarantine Getting Crunk, and then I could have Quarantine in Between, and that's where you two fit the bill, where it's your friends who are funny, who are interesting people, who I like to talk to, who I love very much and are near and dear to my heart, but you don't do stand-up. So I feel like it would be weird to do it on the weekends if I still called it Comedians in Quarantine Getting Crunk. So now you get to be episode 2 of Quarantine in Between.
Believe it, I do stand up.
You don't do stand-up comedy.
I stand up, walk.
You stand up, and then you walk to the kitchen, and then you walk back, and then you sit down.
And you know what? I also don't understand. There was a silica packet in my snacks.
Hello?
Hello?
The forbidden food.
I was gonna say. I mean, we're already here, so.
The forbidden snack. Please don't.
That's
Listen,
strange.
on my way to come fucking revive Alex. Just
Do you know where I live?
Nope, but I'll fucking figure it out.
I was gonna say it's easy. But so it's dried seaweed particles. It's really good.
Dude, I didn't think I'd like seaweed. When I first tried sushi, I hated it. But then when I had sushi again, a couple years later, I realized the first time I had sushi, I just had horrible fucking sushi.
Where did you go?
It was this place. It was called Teppanyaki. It was I
fucking love teppanyaki.
I don't know if it's still teppanyaki though. I guess it is.
Hokkaido.
Hokkaido. That's what it is. It was teppanyaki, and to put it in perspective, we're talking 8 years ago. It was when I was like, I got off work at Kmart because it was my grandma's birthday, and my parents and my uncles took my grandma to teppanyaki, and I got off work at Kmart and I went to teppanyaki in my fucking polo and black jeans, because blue polo and black jeans, that was the look for the Morin.
Heck yeah.
And literally got off work and went there, and I was like, I'm gonna try sushi, and it was just like, it just tasted like they just dipped it, like they made the sushi the way you're supposed to, but then left it in like a bag full of salt for 3 days. Like it was way saltier than it's supposed to be. So I didn't have sushi for like 4 more years after that. And then Kaylee Watler, who I mentioned earlier, she was working with me in admissions, and she was like, we're gonna go to Umi because I want you to have sushi the right way. We went to Umi, and I got a Philly roll and a California roll and a spicy tuna roll, and it was the best sushi I'd ever had in my life. And then also Zhang at Third and Voorhees, also amazing sushi. Love it to death.
Okay.
They did a great job there.
I loved the sushi that I got from Tokyo. That was my shit. But Baszler's, like, shameless plug.
Baszler's actually has good sushi.
If you want some quick ass sushi, like Baszler's is the shit, bro.
Fresh Time is really good too.
Fresh Time.
Because they have vegetarian rolls. Those are really good.
The last and Thursdays it's $5.
Oh,
Thursdays they have them on sale for like $5 sushi rolls.
dang.
Because last time we did trivia, they did Harry Potter trivia at Water Tower Estates Winery, and I went and picked up some sushi rolls and went and joined the gang. I remember,
So do you guys?
What?
Sorry, not to.
No, you're good. Play what?
I've got a game we could play.
What do you want to play?
So it's called. I've only ever played it once, but it's Bad
Okay.
People, and you read a card, and then you assign a card to that person. Like,
Okay.
I'll grab it.
Yeah, go do it. Yeah, let's do that.
Everything is just right here. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, so.
Yo, same. No, deadass, I've been in your apartment. I can tell you right now, your apartment is bigger than my house.
I have a real bed now. It's exciting.
Your apartment's bigger than the Hobbit hole. Proud of you.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
well, I don't know how my apartment's like 500 square feet, but your apartment feels roomier than mine because you have a balcony too, which kind
Yeah.
of opens it up. But like your living room space, I feel like my living room space is a little bigger than yours, but your bedroom space and your kitchen, my kitchen's a little bit bigger than yours, but that's because that's where my back door is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. When I was in your apartment for that party, I felt like your area was a bit roomier. Like I could not get that many people in my house and have it not feel crowded.
Well, I'm also like super. I don't know how you are, but I'm really like a minimal person. Like
That's also true. Yeah,
I try to keep.
I have an end table, I have a record player, I have my TV, I have a coffee table and a couch all in the living room. So like if I had as many people as you had over at that little like Valentine's Halloween party,
Yeah.
where I felt like a complete fucking idiot because I showed up wearing a Lego head and my costume, and I gave you like a giant Valentine's card, and I was just like, I did too much because I have that classic like Leo energy too much gene.
Hey, there you go.
I'm just like, I'm gonna do too much.
I'm planning my
Yeah,
next
no.
one all over.
I was about to say, yeah, I feel like I couldn't have that many people in this house and have it not feel crowded. So
Well-
you do a great job of, because like there are a lot of people there. I feel like for the size of the home, and it
Probably.
didn't feel like we were all up on top of each other. You had a good almost like 10 people there at a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, it just people kind of filtered in and out. But I'm planning my next one once this is all over. It's going to be 2000s themed. So you dress like your stereotype from the 2000s,
Nice.
which
I
of
just
course,
need to frost some tips. I have cargo khakis, so that'll work.
nice. So okay, the way this works, Coda, do you want to play?
Yes.
Yay! Okay, so the way it works, like we'll just example card it.
Mhm.
Be like most likely to have a midlife crisis, and then we all decide amongst ourselves who that would be, and then they get a card. Whoever has the most cards at the end wins.
Oh God.
So like for our example card, I'm gonna say Levi. Coda, what are you thinking?
I mean, I don't want to put myself on blast, but I definitely feel like it's either me or Levi.
I'll put myself on blast. I could see myself being 45 buying a Camaro. Like, I'm having a midlife crisis. It's fine.
Okay, so Levi gets that one. We'll
Yeah.
give that one to.
Yeah, we'll give
So-
that one to me. We'll give that one to the old captain of the team.
Okay, and we'll everybody will get an item that I have sitting in front of me. So Levi will be silica packet.
That's fair. If you eat me, I'll die.
If you eat me, you'll die. Also, I love this. I love this. Levi wants to listen to lo-fi hip hop beats to study and relax too. So we're just gonna.
Yes. Koda, okay, we're gonna give you some options. You can either be bobby pin, blush brush, or bullet lipstick. Choice is yours.
I could be the bobby pin because I hold people together, like put myself
Yeah.
or I could be like the blush brush because I'm super soft. Or I could be the bullet lipstick because, I break all the stereotypes. So I'm going to let you pick.
Well, it's called Alien Tears, and it's multicolored.
I am made of alien tears, so that works.
Okay, well,
all right,
I like
Travolta, calm down.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so we'll wait till Koda gets back for the next one. So how's life been treating you, Levi?
Not too bad. I'm very happy that people have been as receptive to these shows as they have. Like, I've actually had people messaging me being like, "Hey man, I've been listening to your podcast and it's great." So that's fun because I was so worried that I was going to do this and like nobody's going to watch these. But like people have been like, "Yeah, we honestly are surprised you didn't do this a long time ago." So I'm like, "All right, cool. I guess so. This is going to stick around when quarantine's over. If anybody's interested in watching or being part of it, it won't be Quarantine in Between or Comedians in Quarantine Getting Crunk. I'll have to change the name, but it's cool that like people are into it. So it's given me something to work on of a comedic nature." Because like I had a talk on a previous episode, couple of previous episodes actually, because of the comedian The Weekend show, where we're all just like, I've had a few friends do like virtual open mics or virtual comedy shows, but we also don't know what jokes to write because it's all quarantine or COVID jokes, so we don't really know like I had one where I was like, if I get COVID, I want to go get bitten by a bunch of ticks because there's no better combination than Corona and Lyme. This is about the 5th time I've told that joke on this podcast. So I promise I won't say it anymore. But that's kind of just like where we are. So it's good that I have that creative outlet because otherwise it's just like I need to keep sharp because like the first time we do comedy after this is over, we all decided we all like determined we're just going to lose like our stage legs. We're all just going to be up there doing comedy and be like, man, I remember when we were good at this.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good that these are kind of like keeping us sharp. So I've been doing well because I get to do this. So I want to thank the both of you and thank anybody watching for being part of this because it lets me talk to people that I care about and still maintain contact with my lovely, lovely friends and still put out content of some type.
Well, yeah,
that I hope makes people laugh. I feel like we've been pretty funny so far. So,
Levi, I thought you were just gonna stop it at it lets me put out, and I was like, I mean, dang.
That's for after quarantine.
Hey, there you go. So, okay, this one they get kind of personal. So, this is fun. So now that Koda's back, who's the most high maintenance in a relationship? I'm gonna say me because I'm really like, hair, makeup, fashion. It takes me like 3 hours to get ready. But I don't know about you two.
I require constant validation, but that's just who I am as a person. Like, I feel like the both of you have been friends with me long enough to know that I'm very easily, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry if I pissed you off, man, because like, or I really hope that like that person that you're also friends with doesn't like me because I really like them and I feel like I pissed them off. So I feel like that just like me as a person, but I feel like other than that, yeah, I'm really not that bad.
I'm in the same boat as Levi. I'm about the same, but like also, I don't know.
I feel like you're pretty chill. I feel like it's definitely not. I feel like you're pretty chill.
We'll give it to Alex. We'll let you have that.
Hey, thanks.
Because when it's date night, I'll be like, cool. I'll put on a button-up shirt, and then I'm like ready to go.
Oh no, all my outfits, it's either business casual or it's formal. There's no in between. Or it's edgy.
You're that like one like weird person who just doesn't own casual clothes.
No, I don't. I put 2 T-shirts. I'm gonna place an online purchase tomorrow, and I have 2 T-shirts in there. I'm so pumped.
What?
I'm pretty sure they
Right.
both look very good with a knitted scarf, so you can accessorize.
Hell yeah. Faux show.
All the while, I'm like, nobody's gonna see me from the waist down, but I should probably wear a pair of jeans instead of pajama pants, just so I can feel like a person.
I'm wearing pajama pants.
As I'm still just sitting here in just my fucking "Here Come the Mummies" t-shirt.
There
Which,
you go.
that honestly, I want that to be one of the first shows I see after quarantine, because I haven't seen them in literally like 3 or 4 years. If you've never been to a "Here Come the Mummy" show, highly recommend, because that is just high energy fun from like start to finish. Just very
Nice.
all their songs are like sexual innuendos, and it's just in your face funk. It's the best. Sorry, go ahead. I'm also
No, go right on ahead. Yeah.
when the host is a little drunk, it's just like, welcome to Terre Haute Comedy.
I mean, yeah, that's.
The host is me, so it makes sense. But
Ooh, okay, this one's fun. So it's a fill in the blank. We'll have to come up with a cool blank. It's if everyone committed blank, who would be the last person to get caught?
murder.
Murder? Okay, cool. I think it'd be Koda. I feel like Koda's got a good poker face.
I think it'd be Koda too, because nobody would believe that you would actually murder someone.
I agree.
Like people, like they would look at Alex and be like, it's always the quiet ones that are like soft that you got to watch for. And for me, it would just be like, it was only a matter of time. Levi's got so much pent-up aggression. He's been 5'1" since he was 12. He's got so much pent-up aggression. Like he's
Like a little chihuahua.
that's why I vibe with Vegeta so much from Dragon Ball Z. That's why, like, if I ever did a cosplay, I would just get some old shoulder pads and put like craft foam over it. I have a Rick wig, so I'd just be Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, like that, or I'd be Krillin. But like, moral of the story is, I'm small and angry enough to kill somebody.
I don't know. My mustache gives me away.
Kind of. It does look like you own a van. No offense. I love the mustache. But
I don't know. I've watched enough Criminal Minds that like I feel like I could get away with it, but then I also vocalize that I've watched so much Criminal Minds that people are like, oh no, he got the knowledge.
oh yeah, that's I still think it's you.
I still think it's you too, even in spite of that.
That's fair.
Now we all have one. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this one says a lot about me. It says, they say you can't judge a book by its cover. Who did I misread when we first met? Oh gosh.
I don't know, Koda. I feel like you've always been the person that you are when we met, because you're just who you are, bud. Alex, I feel like you were a lot quieter when we very first met than you ended up being.
Oh, that's how it starts with everybody. I'm like super reserved, and then you just
It wasn't until like we got coffee for the first time that like we started vibing over like Resident Evil, and then I was just like, oh, cool, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I feel like definitely, Koda, you're very much a person who's just your heart is on your sleeve, and I admire you for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Levi, because you have a lot of confidence, and you just, like you said, you get stage fright easy, and you just kind of like, but you have a very big stage presence.
Yeah, and I would say you personally, just because you saw me being me. Like I was like somebody, I think like Lisa Wood was singing Purple Rain. I was like, let's go dance. Let's just go nuts. And I was just also I mean, karaoke I treat a lot like comedy. So like I was just like, you're about to, like that one night where you were at Tolly's, and I was just, God, what? I don't even remember what I was singing, but that drunk woman was dancing on me. I was just like, I need an adult.
Oh,
a responsible adult.
Yeah, she was something.
That's not the first time something like that's happened to me. One time I sang "Let's Get It On," and I had about 3 women plus Brandon Persinger just getting it on your boy, because one of my favorite movies is High Fidelity, the John Cusack movie, because I love Jack Black when he sings "Let's Get It On" at the end of the movie. So I started singing that at karaoke. Little did I know, drunk middle-aged women love to grind upon 20-something-year-old dudes when they
Oh.
say, let's get it on. Who'da thunk?
Who? Wild.
I mean,
No,
it's just, it makes me uncomfortable, but I like the attention. Like,
It's a catch-20.
it
what
is.
it?
It's Catch-22, which is also one of my favorite ska bands. To
Oh,
like
nice.
pull it back to.
Well, and like my thing too, I don't know. Do you remember when that Sarah was a thing where you could like anonymously send people what you thought of them?
Yes.
Yes.
And
So
also there was one. God, there was one that was similar to that, but it was different, and I forget what it was. But that one caused my senior year a threat of a shooting at ISU because somebody was like, "I heard there was going to be a shooting tomorrow at ISU," and it was like right at like it was called Library Extravaganza. It was basically a big like thing at the library where it was like a resource fair, and then like they catered like Little Caesars, and it was a whole thing. And we had a writing center table, and we all were like, all right, so we're gonna get shot in this library. That's great. And it turned out to be like some freshman that was like, I thought it'd be funny. And then she ended up getting expelled for obvious reasons of that specifically.
Yeah.
There was one that was like specific for schools though. Like I remember being in high school and like there was a specific like website.
It was that one. It was the one that was for colleges specifically. It was for schools specifically.
I was gonna say they had it for schools because like in high school, like you could like you had to search your high school and then you had to like you had to join that like group or whatever for that high school, and that was where you could like post random shit.
Yeah, it was that one. They had ones for colleges as well, and she posted one for ISU and was like, I wonder if there's gonna be a shooting tomorrow, lol. And it's just like, all right.
Well, mine wasn't near that dark, but like on like 4 or 5 occasions, the ones that I got from people were always like, I thought you were gonna be a mega bitch, and then it turns out you're not. And like I give off that impression. So I guess that's my first initial vibe when people meet me. They think I'm gonna be a jerk. So it's a way to live.
Yeah. I think Alex gets that card.
I think Alex gets the card. I agree. Because I thought you were gonna be like really like quiet when I first met you, because you were just like, oh yeah, because it was like your first time at Tolly's. Like you
well, that was my second
time
at bar period.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Worm? Interesting.
Well, and I went to a liquor store for the first time ever before the Halloween party too.
Oh.
That was, yeah.
Deadass.
It's been a year of experiences.
Well, there you go.
Ooh, I like this one because it's gonna be either between one of you two. It's definitely be you two. Most likely, crack a beer during a eulogy.
Whose eulogy?
Oh shit. Okay.
Because if it's like my grandma, then no. But if it's like one of my friends, then yeah. Like I hope it doesn't happen. Like I hope he outlives me. But if Patrick Eaton for some reason were to go before I do, I'm drinking a fucking Mickey's malt liquor. Like I'm drinking a 40 at that dude's wedding or at that dude's funeral.
Oh, we know Levi's thoughts on the institutions of marriage.
Patty boy, I've been drinking, bud. Sorry.
I mean, like, I feel like I agree. It has to, like, you know, depend on whose funeral it was.
Well, let's pick Smitty Man Jaegerman Jensen.
Smitty Werben Jaegerman Jensen? He was number one. He was number one.
So is that you crack a craft too? Well, okay, so Levi brought up Patrick because he wants him dead, so I guess we're going to go with Levi.
No, I don't want him dead. I'm just saying, if he were to go when we're like, you know, in our 50s, I would crack a beer at his funeral.
Okay, well, we'll give you that one. Are you Irish at all? Is that?
I got a little bit. I'm like Irish, English, and Dutch. Like I'm very much like I drink and I can't speak for shit.
That's pretty low. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's see. Pick one at random. If a fire broke out right now, who would push everyone out of the way to get out first?
I feel like that's Levi.
I feel like that'd be Koda.
I was gonna say it.
Hello?
It's you.
I'd make sure everybody else got out. Whatever.
I don't know. I don't know if he'd have to push anyone though. Like, sorry to be a dick. I feel like he'd just like crawl on his hands and knees between people's legs.
Hello? I'm making sure everybody else got out. Whatever.
Majority rules.
Fair enough. I'll allow it. You know, I am a fan of democracy.
The life of a silica packet.
Hey, eat me. Ah.
Oh, let's see. What's a fun one? I'm trying to keep it like classy.
We're past that. We're gonna talk about Tiger King.
I was gonna say, look at the two men that you're talking to and tell me that you're trying to keep it classy. Like,
well, this one's fun just to
I
ask.
can
Is
be
like,
classy. I'm a classy gent. If I were to take a lady out for a nice evening stroll in the town, I'd wear a tie.
I am not saying that you are not capable of keeping it classy.
Look at his face and say I'm not classy.
My guy, I can tell you straight up, either of us could be classy. However, look at what we're doing.
I'm going full De Niro right now. Just,
well,
come on, fucker, huh?
this one I don't feel like would go to anybody. It's just
Okay.
a good like, who would it be?
Fair.
So if I was a ruthless dictator of a country, who would I choose as my second in command? If you could choose anybody to be your Kim, the second to your Kim Jong-un.
Who would be my Dick Cheney?
Mine would be Dexter Morgan.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, but like, I feel like we should answer this and then also explain why.
Okay. So Dexter, the character from the show Dexter, because he only goes after, bad people. So I feel like as a dictator, it's important to show the people that you care and he dissects them and stuff. So I feel like it sends a message. We're all about, making sure the point gets across here. And
Fair
that
enough.
is the only role that I find Michael C. Hall attractive in is Dexter. So
That's fair.
yeah. How about you guys?
Patrick Eaton, honestly, just because he has the political know-how, and I feel like he'd make it work. Am I a benevolent or like a malevolent dictator?
That's up to you. I'd be malevolent as shit. I'm not
If
even
I want
drinking.
if I want to have an iron fist, Patrick Eaton. If I want to be benevolent, Cat Scott.
Okay. So wait, we have to be people we know. It can't be like anybody.
No, it can be either way. I'm just saying that's who I pick.
Okay, gotcha. Very nice.
I would have to go. I would go with Justin Trudeau, just because I want to have lusty passions with him.
Ooh, nice. I mean, he went to school with Vince Vaughn, so
He is
cup holders.
He's smart, and he is classy, and he would be a good face. But also, I feel like I could have some like rom-com like style, like, oh my god, we're just like best friends and we're like running a country together. But then like he accidentally puts his hand on my thigh, and I'm like, what are we? Like, you know what I mean?
What are you doing, Step-bro?
Oh god. Look, bud, I'm straight as a goddamn arrow, and Trudeau could get it. Like I'd put him on my top like 5. He's up there with like Danny Sexbang from Ninja Sex Party / Game Grumps, and Ryan Reynolds and Idris Elba, and George Clooney. Like
Justin Trudeau, like he's not only sexy, he knows what he's doing.
Well, see, here's the thing. You just said
pretty
Game
sure
of
that's how I
Thrones.
got elected. Pretty sure that was his tagline.
Period.
So this is another good one, just to like kind of be who would it be? Who would I call if I needed help burying a dead body?
You'd call me, hopefully.
Yeah. So what are your qualifications?
Listen, I just want to say this to the FBI people that are watching this. I don't actually mean it. However,
there's no FBI. There'd have to be people watching this for FBI people to be watching this. Let's be honest.
Well, for anyone that's concerned that I'm going to do this, I promise I'm a good person. No, it's easy. It's very simple. Pigs.
Well, can I actually tell you about a nightmare I had about a dead body?
Proceed.
So, I used to work in a factory setting, and they had like the industrial compactors, and I had this nightmare one time. There was this girl I didn't like, and so I killed her, and I put her in a trash bag, and I put her in the compactor, and like nobody ever found out, but I lived with like this riddled guilt for years. Like in my dream, I was progressing years, like so mad that I murdered somebody. But I feel like you probably could. Like trash compactor, like just shoot, man.
Pigs.
Wood
Pigs will,
chipper.
pigs will eat anything but teeth and clothing.
Was that Red Dragon or Silence of the Lambs?
That was Red Dragon.
Red Dragon. That was the Ed Norton one, right?
Yep, where it
Yeah.
was like his origin story.
Yeah, happened to Red Dragon.
What about tigers though? I mean, you could utilize the tigers too.
Carol
All right.
Baskin
Carol Baskin, calm down.
killed her husband, whacked him.
Whacked him.
But listen, tigers don't want to eat somebody unless you cover them in like, I don't know, sardine oil or something.
Yeah, I know. I love what she was like. Yes, she goes. Tigers would never eat somebody unless you cover them in sardine oil. It's like,
Oh, she
well,
did.
Here's
Okay, but, like,
here's my conspiracy theory with all that. Carol Baskin put her husband in the meat grinder, grinded him up, packaged him, put him on a truck of Walmart meat that was supposed to be sent for disposal.
Mhm.
Joe Exotic bought the rotten Walmart meat, so Joe Exotic inadvertently, unknowingly, unwittingly fed Carol Baskin's first husband to his tigers, thus completing the circle.
Okay, but have you? It was her second husband. Have you seen the conspiracy theory that believes that Jeff Lowe is actually her first husband in
I have
disguise?
seen that because you never see his hairline in the show. That's literally all the evidence that conspiracy theory has going for it.
So Levi, I feel like Koda has made a really strong point for his reasons as to why he's qualified to hide a dead body. What makes you qualified? This is great job interview questions.
Oh no, I voted for Koda. I have way too much anxiety for that.
Bullshit. It goes to Koda. Congratulations.
I have far too much anxiety. I'd be like, I'd go full Morty. I'd be like, I don't know about this one, Rick. Like, yeah.
This one's good too.
Okay.
If we were all in prison, who would rise to prison gang leader?
Alex, for sure.
Yeah.
Me? Really?
You'd be the blonde chick in Orange is the New Black.
Which one?
You would
Piper.
be the main character.
Ooh.
You'd be Piper.
Piper.
I don't get to be my.
I feel like having a dad who's a sergeant at a state prison, like I know a thing or two about being in prison, just because my dad's been working at a state prison literally since I was 4 years old. So my dad's been working there for like 26 years, 25 years, 24 years. God, I was trying to think about how old I actually am. I'm old. So I know a thing or two, and I've also seen the new guy starring DJ Qualls, so I could walk up to the biggest, baddest bitch and be like, "Who's the bitch now?" Because if you haven't seen that movie, it's one of the first movies Zooey Deschanel was ever in. Came out in like '97. Stars DJ Qualls. It was when Eddie Griffin was still like famous in the comedy scene, and also '90s music superstar Henry Rollins has a cameo in the movie. So if I can find it, we can all watch it together because it's a good time. It's a good like solid like '90s movie. It's not great, I will tell you. It's not a great movie, but it's a very much like late '90s like of its time movie.
Cool. Well, see, I feel like you're
time.
more qualified. You're more qualified to lead a prison gang.
To rise up the ranks.
Well, yeah, because my uncle was a chief of police for a while, and I feel like I was on my P's and Q's when I was in high school, because it's like, oh no, if you ever get in trouble, it could be your uncle that gets you.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be embarrassing.
Well, my dad worked in a state prison. I mean, I just didn't get in trouble because I just didn't do anything. Like, I didn't have a driver's license until I was like 18. Also, fucking spoiler alert, Trump checks in, motherfucker.
What?
My stimulus is in the bank, bitch.
You know that's taxed, right? It's coming out of your taxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care. It's there, bud. It's there.
Well,
I got it.
I feel like it's my responsibility to tell people that when they
I'm
talk
keeping
about
it in my savings account unless absolutely necessary. That way, when they tax it, I can just be like, "Here you go." have that shit back. I'm only using it in case I really, really need groceries or I want a laptop.
I mean, treat yourself.
And then I'll
to-
just save the money back up to be able to pay back.
Exactly. But I feel like that's kind of like my responsibility to make sure people know that, because I don't feel like they do. I think they're just getting money for free.
No, yeah, that's what I thought until literally you said that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just like a stimulus package.
Our government wouldn't just give us money, like we pay
That's
taxes.
true. Yeah, right.
We're not a socialist.
It's not like we pay enough taxes that they still owe us or anything.
Yeah, I know. Or our social
Taxation,
security.
taxation isn't theft or anything.
So I just want
I
you
know
to
that's an oddly libertarian take for a
you
very liberal boy to
those?
take, but
This is where I'm at in the night.
where are you at in the night? Four Smirnoff Ice is in.
And
Alex, how does it feel being the only sober person in this call right now?
I drank
Unless
all
you-
my juice.
Unless you've had secret tequila in that juice and we didn't know about it.
it's
I had secret alcohol like an hour ago. Well, not an hour ago, before we started this, but I put it in
Oh,
coffee.
You sweet summer child. I've
I-
literally, bro, I've literally got it right here. So like, the only thing I'm out of right now is I just need to switch out the half and half for milk. I'm
Okay.
still going full Lebowski right now. Like,
So wait, were those full before this?
no, God, no. No, I've had this for like a week and a half. And this
Don't
is
you love how
750
the
milliliters,
stores are
so.
considered essential businesses?
Well, I mean, yes, because I have one right across the street. But I mean, I got these at Meijer when I went and got like actual groceries. So
Gotcha.
until Meijer and Walmart are like, you can't get alcohol because alcohol is not essential. I'm just gonna get that at Meijer and Walmart because like.
Well,
grocery
so we were
stores.
talking about that the other day, because it's what we talk about in life, about how they have to keep the liquor stores open because people are alcoholics. Sometimes you can't just let them quit cold turkey because.
Oh yeah, they'll get withdrawals.
But I mean, that's the best time to get withdrawals is quarantine. What else are you gonna do? Conquer your addiction. It just.
Yeah.
listen.
Not be able to leave your house. Go into a fucking withdrawal seizure. It'll be great.
Yeah. Right.
I am Dakota and I am not an alcoholic, so I'm not ready for that withdrawal.
No, I mean, I literally, like I said, this is a 750 milliliter bottle of vodka. I have made this last a week and a half, and it's literally it was like here when this podcast started. Like this is the most I've drank in over a week.
I
just
still have the
because-
wine to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's-
just hangs out.
Well, to be in the wine's defense, there was a lot of alcohol brought to that party.
There was
And I also brought 2 bottles of wine to that party myself.
Yeah, but
Because I didn't
strawberry
know.
one-
Yeah, because I brought the strawberry and then I brought the apple pie. I'm pretty sure we demolished the apple pie like pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
Between me, Logan, I don't think Monty had any because he was pretty cool with the Four Locos.
He doesn't like wine, so
Yeah. I think Keegan tried some. Like it seemed to be a pretty popular. I think Shanine had a little bit.
Mhm.
That's just a fun roster of people. Like I have to
say-
thank you because I hadn't seen John Delph since college before hanging out with you because he and I were like in the same major. So
Yeah.
we would like bro out in our English classes and just sit there and be like.
Well, he was like the only person you
bullshit.
really knew, right?
He was
Bethany.
until Adam and Bethany got there. And then I had met Keegan at the very least. So like I was kind of hanging out with him. And then I knew Eunice
Oh, that's
as
right.
well. Not very well. As far as like how well I knew them, it was like Adam and Bethany, and then John, and then Eunice, and then Keegan, and then everybody else, you not included because it was your party.
Right.
That was fun. I had a good time.
It was a good group.
It was a good group. We had a
Which-
blast. We had a blast.
Now,
With us.
we're gonna have to
That frigging pinata.
There will be more. There will
I
be
still
more.
have the harmonica that I got out of the pinata, so that was fun.
Oh, you should, because it's good for these trying times.
Yeah, and then I still have my tiny harmonica that I use in stand up What's the next card, child? Sorry, you all gotta stop me if I go on tangents, because I do that when I'm stone cold sober, and like we've been doing this for 2 hours. Your boy's buzzing something pretty good.
Go on tangents. That's what this is all about.
It is. I mean, and also it's my show. It's just I try to also facilitate. So it's hard when I'm chaotic, but I'm also a facilitator. So
I broke out the week-old pizza.
proud.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
So who are we gonna say prison gang goes to? Who's
You.
called? Me? Okay, cool.
You,
Thanks.
because you're a ringleader.
I don't know about
I
that.
threw my phone. I need to get it.
Oh, this one's sad. Least likely to be remembered at a party. I don't know. I feel like we're all pretty memorable.
Yeah.
Who's the most memorable?
No, it says who's the least likely to be remembered, but I feel like we're all pretty memorable.
We're all pretty memorable.
So no, it goes to nobody.
Goes to no one. Tear it up, throw it in the trash.
Tear that trash. Ooh, that's a fill in the blank one. We could come up with a fun one. Most likely to get fired for blank.
Streaking.
Okay, cool. Let's go with that. I feel like it'd be you.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be you, Koda.
Yeah, that backfired.
No, I mean you live your best life.
I mean, yeah.
You said you like to get shirtless, so I mean, hey.
You ever see Old School?
No, I haven't.
Will Ferrell, we're going streaking! Alright, that's
No,
another movie we gotta watch then, because I have it on Blu-ray.
A Blu-ray. Oh, that's even
Dude,
better than
Old
DVD.
School's, it's so good. Will Ferrell, Luke Wilson. It's a good time.
This one is most likely to not get the joke.
That counts me out. I feel like that would
Yeah.
be you, Alex, honestly.
It would. Some things go over. It's not. I get really excited when I'm around people, so I don't take time to process. So I feel like I look
Fair.
like a. I'm just like,
Fair.
oh, people.
No, I get that. You're just happy to be there. Like
And then you
golden
black out
retriever.
and go home and hope you had a good time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that happens entirely too often. Let's see. What kind of week-old pizza you got? Well, I'm picking out a card.
Cheese and spinach.
Spinach is a good call.
Cheese, Alfredo, and spinach pizza.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. That's where it's at, motherfucker.
This one is most likely to cheat while playing a board game. I feel like that's Levi.
I'll allow it.
You'll allow it?
I'll allow it. I typically don't, but I also like to do everything I can to win.
Exactly.
I
So
would
like
do some
choose
underhanded shit.
do what?
I would do some underhanded shit. I really would. Like, especially in Monopoly. Like, I would cheat just to make the game go faster, honestly.
Hey, there you go. I was gonna say something about that. I'm just happy to be here.
Again, like a golden retriever.
Like a golden
You're
retriever.
just
But
happy to be included.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Sure.
That yeah. If we were all characters in a horror movie, who would get killed first? You? You think so?
I don't know. I feel like I would either get the nerd credit or I would be killed first.
Oh wait, so that leads
I
to
feel
another
like
question.
you would get final girl like cred.
You think so?
I think so.
I think so.
Hey. I was gonna say I feel like Dakota would definitely be like the second one because he's got like you're buff, so you could be like,
Dakota's got a little bit. He's got more jock vibe than I do.
he do.
Yeah. I would end up okay, so here's my thing. I would either die first or I would die last. First because I'm trying to protect somebody and I think that I can get us out of the situation and I really can't. Or last because I watch too many fucking thriller movies and horror movies and fucking like Criminal Minds and all that
Yeah.
bullshit. I'd be like psychoanalyzing everybody and be like, this is what we're gonna do. So that would either get us killed or it would get us saved. So I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. So I definitely feel like that goes to Levi. Sorry about you.
No, that's fine. I'd be the person who'd be like, "No, man, I'm not. I'm just gonna leave. I'm not even gonna stay trapped in the house. I'm getting the hell out of here." And then I would open the door and immediately just walk into a chainsaw. Like,
So you think that'd be your horror movie trope though? Would be the nerdy one? That would be like your.
I think so. I'd be the nerdy one, but like with enough confidence that like, because it's always like final girl, and then after that is like cool boy. Like those are the because like cool boy always sacrifices himself for final girl.
That's true. That's true.
Unless he's
So, like,
he's ones that it's like he was trash this whole time, and he like, tries to.
So like I'm not cool enough for that. I'm like hot headed enough that I'd be like, fuck this for like if I'm even in the situation to begin with, like because if it's one of those like wrong turn get killed by hillbillies in the woods movies, I wouldn't die because in the very beginning of the movie I would listen to the guy on his porch playing banjo who's like, don't go into the woods. I'd be like, bet I'm gonna go this way. We're gonna go to Waffle House with me. So like.
See, like mine would be, I feel like I would die first because I always get like very minorly inconvenienced. Like my belt loops get stuck on door handles an absurd amount of times. I feel like that would do me in. I could be like trying to run away and then doorknob. Oh man.
Fair enough.
Well,
because all the tropes, it's always like jock, and then it's like person of color. Like black guy always dies first or second. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm just saying that's what happens. It's wrong. We need to fix it. And then it's always like the promiscuous girl, like whoever's just like the promiscuous. They're just like they're fucking, and then Jason Voorhees just stabs him through the bed.
I'm going to fuck this guy and get myself out of it.
There you go.
Oh, you're gonna fuck the monster.
Yes.
Okay, that's novelty. See, that's never been done before. Well, it's never been done before in mainstream movies.
We need to write a horror movie, and that's what we're gonna do.
See, so we're going to write a horror movie where I survive because I go to Waffle House, and Dakota and Alex survive because Dakota ends up seducing the monster. And Alex, you just kind of either go with me to Waffle House or you just happen to just get away.
Well, okay, and see, here's my thing about that too, though. Like, I usually walk to work, but I have like my headphones in because it's a super quick walk or whatever. Like, I walk everywhere.
Yeah.
But I've been driving more because I'm like, well, if the zombie apocalypse would happen, I would have headphones in. I could put ski. Like,
yeah,
who's to say? I mean,
I gotta say, when we went and got Taco Tequila that time, you were making your way downtown, walking fast.
Hauling ass.
And you were a block and a half away from Taco Tequila, and you were bopping along. I didn't have headphones in, and I kind of wish I had because would have made that walk a lot more interesting. But sometimes you like to listen to the sounds of the city, you know.
I just don't want people to feel like they can talk to me.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like, I don't want to, I'm not out here to make friends. I just want to go to where I'm going and go home. That's what, I made a milkshake yesterday, and I was like, my milkshake brought no boys to the yard, which is the exact number of boys I want in my yard.
That's fair. Well, do you technically have a yard, though?
See, and it would be weird if there were.
Exactly. Like,
but
if it brought me to your yard, it'd be because you would be like, hey, I made a bunch of milkshakes. Do you want one? And I'd be like, we're in a quarantine.
Well, they're vegan milkshakes. I don't know how you feel about that.
They're what?
They're vegan milkshakes.
So what, like almond milk or what?
Yeah, like vegan yogurt and all that good stuff.
Oh, I'd be into that. You could just put one in like a styrofoam cup and like drop it down.
Like I would use styrofoam cups.
You put one in a cup and drop it down, and I'd wash it and throw it back up at you.
Hey, there you go.
Just eat it back up onto your balcony.
You just have your hanky with you, and you just throw it back. Yeah.
And? What was the question?
Oh, shoot.
Who would be the first to die in a horror movie?
Yes.
Captain Team. It'd be your boy Levi.
Okay, you got it.
Just because I'm nerdy, I get the nerd vibes, but I'm hot-headed enough to be like, I'm just gonna go fight him. Fuck it. I'm either gonna die or I'm gonna kill him.
Well, and I've a lot of videos about that. Like, how would you survive Jason Voorhees, or how would you survive Michael Myers? And they're actually really interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'd survive Michael Myers by walking faster than 1.5 miles per hour.
But when that music starts, you done.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
survived
matter.
Jason Voorhees by the fact that I was always too poor to go to summer camp.
Listen, you cannot run faster than Michael Myers can walk.
It's scientifically proven.
I can't run faster than Mike Myers can walk, because as soon as he plays that Austin Powers theme, it's over.
So I had them confused for the last time.
And Michael Myers and you thought like he was just taking swings at Jamie Lee Curtis, just being like, "Yeah, baby, yeah."
No, so when I was a kid,
Da-da-da-da-da.
I thought that Mike Myers was Michael Myers, and I don't know why everybody was like, "This celebrity's super cool." I'm like, "Isn't he murdering people?" It was a thing.
No.
So this one is most like
Party on Garth, and he's just stabbing people.
pretty much. This one is most likely to create a scam business. I feel like that would also be you, Levi.
Yeah.
Because Dakota, like I don't know what kind of scam business you would create.
I'm not smart enough to create a scam business.
Whatever, you are too. You smart.
My scam business is have me over to your house and I'll pretend to be your alcoholic father and I'll just yell at you from the couch.
Would you please?
I mean, damn.
We don't kink shame in this house.
Ooh, oh God.
Listen, if your alcoholic father screaming at you from the couch gets you turned on, I think you need a therapist.
It do not.
Damn it, Alex, this beer is warm.
Yeet
No,
beer
that is
across
very-
top.
Yeet.
My
I
dad
stole that
thought-
from Beavis and Butthead, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be Levi because I feel like with the comedy and stuff, you would just create.
I was
one
about to say,
funny.
yeah, I've fooled people into thinking we have a stand-up comedy scene in Terre Haute. So
Well,
we
you do a pretty.
we do.
You do. It's thriving.
You know what? It really is more so than it ever has. I'm proud to wear that badge of honor.
You should be. That you brought a person from Bloomington one time, and he was hilarious. Not that you
Brought
guys
a lot
are.
of people. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, I've had him on the show a couple weeks ago. James Hanford.
Oh, nice.
Funny kid. Love him to death. Good dude. Salt of the earth. Making it Russian. I'm out of half and half. Oops, I'm gonna have to go get milk.
This one's gold. It could be anybody's. No offense to anybody here.
Okay.
Who's the worst person to call for relationship advice?
Oh, me, 100%.
Are you sure?
I've had one relationship.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah.
She had 4 kids. She basically moved into my house after a month.
But hey, when you're in love, you never know.
Well, I don't know, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, if anybody wants to try to be like, beat that.
Levi, I feel like I come in close second.
My ex-fiance left me for another woman
Boo!
after she attempted suicide because we got into an argument.
You win.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, you win. I mean, I don't wish you did.
Well, that doesn't mean you're not bad at advice, though. That might actually make you better at advice, because you'd be like, don't do this.
That's fair. Don't go near this bitch.
Because I'd be like, don't date a woman who's 6 years older than you who also has 4 children.
I'm on good terms with all my exes, so I don't. And by all, I mean like all 3. So.
Well, Lottie, fucking
We're all cool. I mean, people are people.
One of my exes I'm best friends with, but we dated for like 2 weeks in high school, so I don't know if it counts.
There you go.
Because we've been best friends for way longer than we actually dated. So.
Yeah, I've got no bad blood with anybody, so I don't know. But I feel like maybe that makes me better advice too.
I don't have bad blood with the previous ex. I just never want to see her or talk to her again.
Oh, I have bad blood with mine. It's fine.
Aw.
I'll admit it. Not that she's going to see this, but like if she does.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I just said it on my lawsuits. Fuck you, Debbie!
Fuck you, Debbie!
Or should I say, that's also going to be the first song I do at karaoke when we finally get to come back.
It's
going to be Without Me by Eminem.
That'll be a good one. Yeah, no, I mean, all my exes, there's one that I'm not
Live
like.
in Texas?
Yeah, exactly. That's where they want to be. But no, I mean, they're all good people. They're all decent. We make mistakes. Life happens. Yeah, you just roll with it. But I mean, you hopped on that one, so you can definitely, we'll give you that one. Was you're cleaning house. I mean, hey.
I play to win. What can I say? I'm horrible at being a person, but that's what makes me a great comedian.
Hey, there you go. Well, okay, this one, I mean, we're all of the same variety, but I guess it depends on your variety. Who is most like their racial stereotype? Who is the whitest of the bunch? I feel like Dakota's very Wisconsin dad.
I am like if you were to take like a little dash of Wisconsin dad, a little dash of Joe Exotic,
Yeah.
a little dash of like, I don't know, like the white guy that tries to be cool at a party full of like everybody, you know what I mean? Like, it's like if you were to get like a huge group of everyone you know, I would be the asshole that tries to come and be the center of attention.
Alex, you're a Karen. You're a Karen in the making, and you just need to realize that.
I am. I have a Karen haircut. I've accepted it.
There you go. My proposal is Alex.
I'm just physically I'm actually not entirely European. Thank you very much.
You's a white girl.
Okay, I'll take it. It's
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, physically, I am the most white.
As a native Hoshian, I'm very white, but like, you ask anybody who grew up in Terre Haute, and we'll tell you flat out, we're equal parts redneck and hood.
So see, Sullivan, our version of hood, because everything is just corn. Corn encompasses it's part of our essence. So Sullivan County hood would be like, did you hear Kyle talk about Braxton at the football game on Friday? And we'd be like, and then, Kyle's group would be like, I heard Braxton talk smack to Kyle, and Braxton's group would be like, oh, that Kyle. So then what they would do is they would load up their trucks with corn in the back, and they'd drive past, Braxton and Kyle's house and
then they just go full West Side Story, and they're just like.
With the corn, yeah. But they don't take the corn, like, pieces off. They just chuck full, which is cool, because then the mom can make it for dinner tonight.
Luke Bryan's just like, in a hit town.
Exactly. Well, and then but it's very generous too, because now both families have a surplus of corn for the winter. It's
like Hatfields and McCoys, but like mutually beneficial.
I was gonna say it's a very symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, very symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, it's a good. Lots of Karens there too. Lots of Karens.
Oh yeah.
So this one is, who would be the worst reality TV show star?
Koda.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh.
Too real. You're too real.
I can see Koda in like Real World, like back on MTV. Like you would be dead ass Real World. Like
I like to think that Survivor is where I belong.
I could say Survivor also, but I don't know. You struck me as like, and that shows how long it's been since I've actually watched reality TV that I would bring up Real World and not like Big Brother or like I don't know what else is on. I only really know Big Brother, Survivor, and Real World. But like.
I've applied to a lot of reality TV shows, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've applied.
I had a friend who got on the preliminary round of Wheel of Fortune. That's the closest I have of the 6 degrees.
Look at you and your connections.
I know
let me tell you.
A guy who knows a guy who knows a guy whose girlfriend was on Survivor.
What? That's wild. I mean, you guys must be like really close. Like, do people ask you for autographs?
He's a bro.
Yeah, I feel like they would have a booth for you then at 4-H, like to be like, oh, this person's signing autographs because their cousin's boyfriend's girlfriend was on. They're famous now.
So I know that I've gotten too chaotic right now. My high school band teacher posted a status that said 108 years ago right now the Titanic was sinking. And as a response, I posted a gif of Eric Andre with a bottle of ranch going, cheers, y'all drink to that, bro.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure my high school band teacher is gonna delete me on Facebook, so that's fun. Sorry, Mr. Murphy. Love you.
You're so edgy.
He's known me well enough that he knows I'm a jokester.
Mm-hmm.
Jokester.
I was sensitive in high school, but when I graduated, that's when I really like came into my own.
That's when my nose got better, was after high school. I didn't get a nose job, it just got better. Ooh,
Same.
This one.
All right, Cindy Lou, calm down.
All right. I need to drink my wine. Let's see. That one's not a good one. I can do better. Let's see.
God, if I had $1.
Oh, we could do better.
Am I right?
Ouch! Be nice to yourself.
I am. I'm recognizing when I could have done better.
Let's see. Who has the worst poker face? I volunteered. I can't keep a straight face to save my life.
Yeah.
If I was lying, you would know. Like,
yeah. I feel like that's a toss-up because we're all very animated people. Like I've had almost every person I've ever been friends with be like, it's impossible for you to hide when you're angry because we just see it on your face immediately. I'm like, yeah. They're like, we know when you're upset because like you don't hide it. Like I feel like all of us are like that just because we're all very expressive people by nature.
That's fair. But I don't know. I feel like Koda could hold one better. Like out of the three.
I feel like out of the three of us, yeah, Koda, I feel like you could hold it in. I get very just like I don't know if either of you has seen me pissed off, but it's like they'll be like, my friends will be like, hey man, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking fine. Shut up.
God, Kyle.
So I mean, Alex, we'll give it to you if you want it. We'll give it to you.
Thanks, homie.
Again, I'm getting very anime villain. Just like as I drink more, I'm just like,
Do it.
very.
Let's see. I know I'm cheating, so I'm looking, but oh,
It's
this one's
fine,
fun.
girl. You look as much you like.
I feel like I know who this one would be, and I feel like you both know it too. Most likely to draw a dick on a passed out friend, Dakota.
Yeah, that'd be Koda.
There's not even an argument on that. Like I can't even like deny that. Like that I have done that.
And it would be Dalton.
Yeah, honestly.
Oh no. Okay. It like did a thing. Oh, it froze. No, did I lose? Okay, there we go. So yeah, that definitely goes to you. Oh, let's see. Most likely to accidentally have drugs on them while going through airport security. Who's Mulin?
Definitely
Are you
not me,
kids
because that would require me to have drugs from the beginning.
Same, I don't either. But you watch Bob's Burgers, right?
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite episode when they're like getting the flight captain to fly the banner for Cool Cats for Guidance Counselors to get revenge on Mr. Franz. And he's like, are you kids Mulin? Are you out here Mulin? Cracks me up every time.
Also, I just got told that my internet connection is apparently unstable, so we're going to stop recording. So
Okay.
I'm going to do a quick, hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out to Quarantine in Between. I want to thank my guests, Koda Burkitt and Alex Morin. I want to give my guests a chance to give a final thought. We tend to do like a little like Jerry Springer final thought around here for the show. So we'll just go clockwise in the order that I see you. So Koda, what's the final thought you want to impart to the populace?
Spay and neuter your pets, wrap it before you tap it, and drink up. No laws when you're drinking White Claws.
Oh yeah. Alex, what do you got for the peoples?
Okay, so everybody just stay safe out there. This is a really sucky time, but we'll all pull through. We've got fun stuff like this. Just chat with your homies, pour yourself a nice drink, take care of yourself, and realize that you and your health is more important and the betterment of the community. And we're going to get through this. We're going to come out way stronger, and I look forward to seeing you all on the outside.
Well, now I feel like a piece of shit.
You're not.
Well, yeah. So definitely what they said, watch yourselves, shake your ass, watch yourself, shake your ass, show them what you're working with. It's COVID times. I want to thank everybody for coming out, spay and neuter your pets, listen to Koda. Just be safe. Literally, just make good choices. Don't be a fucking idiot. I've had so many people be like, oh, come over and hang out. Come over and boo. We live in Indiana, which I feel like is like the worst state for anything when it comes to doing anything sensible. So please, please, please be safe. And we'll be doing this. Quarantine Between is a bi-weekly show. We will most likely have another episode tomorrow if we can pull it off. We're going to try to go live soon. And then Comedians in Quarantine Getting Crunk will come back this Friday. If we go live, it'll be Friday at 8. If we don't go live, it'll be up on my channel Saturday. That'll be youtube.com/MarvinComedy. You can also find me on Facebook at Levi Elmore Comedy and Stuff. I want to thank Koda and Alex again. And this one will probably be broken up into 2 parts. We'll probably do 1 part with us talking and 1 part with us playing the game, which I think is like cool time. So I like that. Because we've been going for almost 3 hours now. Crazy enough to say. It is, as of this recording, 10:47. So yeah, almost 3 hours. So I want to thank everybody. Thank you. Thank you to my guests. We're going to try to get James Hilton and Kat Scott on the show soon. Friday's Comedians in Quarantine Getting Crunk is going to have Evan Davis and George White, potentially Bethany Mahern. So we'll see what's going on there. And yeah, just thanks everybody and good night.
Bye.
I got a new kind of sexy I'm working on.